started streaming.
Accidentally became Max's.
Incoherent stream.
Oh, and it says we're starting.
Oh, are we starting?
How unfortunate.
What a terrible night to have a curse.
Still says we're starting.
What?
See
Why are
if we're
you
actually-
smiling?
You're tired.
So.
Things are going to get interesting.
That's what
Still
you
says
think.
we're starting.
He thinks she's just getting into character.
One of these days, it's gonna actually start.
What if I'm just pretending to be really tired?
Yeah, we're not on yet.
Roll
this
us
will
into
wake
a
you up.
false sense of security.
Okay.
You guys
We
think
are live.
you can get me,
Right?
but you
We are in
can't.
fact live. So hello everybody, welcome to this episode of the Bars McGuffin,
Hey!
brought to you
Hey!
by tired people.
It's gonna be a fun
So
night.
You privileged people who got to sleep.
I didn't go to sleep till 1 o'clock last night.
it's the same as I had homework.
But when did you get up though?
I got up at like 7:30
Ugh.
because my cat woke me up.
All right,
Cat.
so
Your cat succeeded.
Torin,
Yes.
you wake up at the sitting duck, which you went back to.
Which is surprising, because that's not where you went to sleep last night.
Where were you last night?
Which is surprising.
Well, technically,
Which is surprising because you're
No,
not
we're
Tor.
at the duck.
Yeah, you guys ended up back at the duck, right?
Yeah.
sure.
Because we went back right after they left.
Well, yeah, see what happened was at the very end of last session, Torin wasn't there, it was Halon that was there at the end of last session.
Except that Halen left.
Tail
Yes,
up for the Feywild.
and then he left, and then that was the end of it.
Cool. So everyone went back home to the tavern. Hallen, you wake up and... Gosh dang it! Hallen,
Gotcha!
you wake up. You have 2 children. It's the Feywild.
You have 2 children.
You have a nice
the
little
government
lean-to
takes
angel,
one and gives
angel
it to
built for you.
another.
Animals haven't bothered you. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Ben, the main camera is like frozen. It's weird.
Oh.
You're frozen and it's weird.
Okay.
I don't need to see our faces
Okay,
move.
there we go.
I'm kind of just.
Hey,
gonna
you know,
sit
I
back.
could set this just the podcast mode, where it's just a character art background of everything, and no one has to look at us or anything.
I don't want anybody to see me.
Oh, we
Well-
should switch places.
Just lean back further. Now I'm in podcast mode.
Self-podcast
Hey,
mode.
then I won't have to worry about the camera. However, whenever I point people, you on the other hand, it's okay. The part where when Laura's talking about, you're fine, you definitely made enemies. You're fine, you're awful, you're fine. I realized no one can see who I'm pointing at.
Nope.
And Michaela sounded like Cambria in that moment. Anyway, moving on. Moving away from Hallen and his
Nope.
morning screaming panic attack, which definitely wakes the babies, you jerk.
You're a sucky dad.
I know.
Torin,
Time to get the boys and go back out.
it's roomy in here.
Wait, am I all alone?
No.
Savin, yeah, I'm gonna say Savin is at the
No,
temple.
Oh,
You wake up, there's 3 beds in the room, and you're like, remember we had 5 people in here?
And only 3 beds?
And
Yeah,
now,
like 2 days ago.
our plan to give Torn abandonment issues is working.
Yes.
Meanwhile,
This was all a dream.
I would like
On-
to go collect the boys.
okay, as you go about collecting your boys, Nikki,
Yes.
you enter back into town with Chakal and Albert in tow. They had a lovely honeymoon, except that Chakal sort of got them a little lost. Albert, he did pretty good. He made a nice little base camp, and for all intents and purposes, he basically could have built a cabin and they could have lived there, except for the fact that
Which you call, and she would have died.
yeah. So they had to go back to the city where he has a little restaurant going.
I ate them.
So
Francis is there.
Oh, I had Stefan, right?
Nikki is gonna go live with Chakal and Albert at
Okay.
the back of their restaurant.
Okay.
Kind of. Except that she finds the sickening sweetheart sickening, so she's going to spend 90% of her time not there.
Would you like to be one of the boys?
Yes. Yes, I would.
Well, as you head over there, you notice that some ships are arriving into the port.
I mentioned this as I get there.
I have a squad.
On one of the ships, a rather well decorated, engraved, some gilding on it as well. a noblewoman disembarks from this ship.
Ew.
And from another ship, a little more drab, a little more subtle in its presentation. A blonde man in gold and white robes disembarks.
Oh, yeah, that looks important. I go over and investigate.
His hair's so shiny. Why you touch it?
Oh man, I need to update the whole thing here too, because we don't have a Gregory, and we also don't have a Sue or a Rowan anymore.
What?
Aha!
Ah!
My plan is working.
Hannah,
We give everybody abandonment issues.
Nikki, say hello.
This whole island was just a dream.
Say hello to Mike and Sam's new characters
I walk. Are you guys at the at the docks?
at the docks.
Apparently.
Okay, so
Wait,
I'm
am
gonna
I
walk
there
over
too?
to.
Yes, you're the noblewoman.
Oh, wait, frick.
Is Torin here?
Torrin is not at the docks.
No,
Mom.
I'm collecting the boys.
Ah!
So
Behold, the boys.
are these guys at the docks?
Yes.
But I don't know who they are, so I'm not gonna
You don't
talk
know
to
who
them.
they are.
I'm not talking to you.
Okay.
Haha.
Ah.
I have no reason to
I
think
don't
that
want to
you're
talk to you
special.
either, peasant.
I mean, you might know who I am, but I don't know who you are, so I
Just
was
like
told
that.
not to talk to
We
you.
did not meet their
I
characters,
do
and
not
so
know who Nikki
they were
is.
forgotten.
Yeah, you see a blue woman with an odd-looking arm. You see a half-elf with some war paint type of thing going on. You see some other human dude with her. Some sailors milling about. They don't seem to be the rest of the sailors. You see this charming individual and more sailors.
No.
I mean, he's not tall, dark, and handsome, so...
Yeah, that's a change.
But that was Sue. This is somebody else.
That's somebody else.
Should I be
She
in
likes short, light,
They like
and,
short,
ugly.
fat, bald men.
Just my type. No, I'm kidding.
So, Nikki would probably know this, but over the past couple days, Torin and Sue split up looking for where.
I thought they split up months ago.
For where?
we got some people together and split up looking for where Anton would be,
Okay,
because Dimension Door can't take him that far.
got it.
So we were investigating, and I've made a squad, and I've begun training Francis in fighter.
Cool.
So if you would like to join the boys, you are more than welcome to join the boys.
Leaving Chakal and her hubby, and I'm going to go join the boys.
You made sure they were alive.
Yeah, 'cause they got back, they're alive. I'm like, good. I'm done with you guys. You're weird.
I need to look at my character sheet so I know what I'm doing.
I love it. It's gross.
You're
Had enough of it.
retired! Yay!
I need to look,
Oh! Never mind, we'll talk about it later.
I need to look at a background feature.
Oh, you're the cool lady on the boat.
That's what he just said.
I am the cool lady.
I'm the shiny
Obviously.
I am
thought
the
she was
shiny man.
important.
What race is the shiny man?
man. Human.
Human.
I'm
Human.
the very
Wow.
first human.
Wow!
And probably my last human.
Is he regular or variant?
Of course
What
he's a
the-
fairy. He's a
Good.
prodigy.
Good.
Oh,
As
of
he
course.
should be.
Yeah.
Of course.
Prodigy is one of the best human feats you can take.
Fortunately, I know who this guy is, and I don't like him.
What?
Fortunately, I know who this man is.
You were there at his birth.
Awkward. Whoops.
You were there too.
Anyway.
Yeah, you gave birth to him.
What?
That's even more awkward.
Hey,
Why
just
are you not
remember,
blue?
I was the midwife of Zelda, so...
That's true.
Anyway, so you gather the boys. I tell you, between Stefan and Brother CrossFit, you're training Francis some more.
Yes, and she is just shown interest in joining the boys.
Okay,
Is that what the name of the squad is?
the boys.
The boys.
For
Sure.
boys.
Despite the fact that 2/5 of us are women.
Hey, I think it's 2/5 of Ladies Night Out are men too. So
That's fair.
characters, not players. Anyway,
The people!
the gender
Roll
neutral
it
party.
in with roll it in with the folks.
The
So-
them! The,
The
theys
folks,
and
the
the them.
Let me get my folks.
My folks.
Oh, that would be a terrifying necromancer, ancestral barbarian, and some other type of edgy build.
Oh gosh.
Like, oh,
Way of the
sure.
long death monk.
Yeah, sure. It's like, yeah, sure. Let me just bring out my folks, and the zombie ancestors up here. Anyway.
Yes, we are training Francis.
All right. So, I'm gonna start with Silas.
Ooh.
What you gonna do?
Well, I think that Silas is going to start asking around after a certain Captain Miranda.
All right. Make an investigation.
Good luck.
Somebody came back just for Miranda. That's funny.
That is a 5.
Oof.
You look around. Doesn't seem to be the most intelligent people around here.
What? Are you racist against blue people?
No, as
Seems to
far
be
as
a lot
I'm aware, blue people just are missing body parts.
Seems to be a lot of. This is Spriggan's reincarnated form.
No. Yes, I'm a giant dire wee folk right here.
That's why he's blonde. A lot of busy sailors. A lot of people seem to be kind of maybe not the type you'd like to mess with at the moment. They seem cranky. So you head more into the center of town, trying to find an establishment that might know something of this Miranda. From looking around, you see that there is a wealthier district,
Oh, that's
several mansions.
No, I'm not gonna
There's-
go there.
There's a more like a half-orc and orcish style slum district as well. There's a temple area.
Go away.
There's
We don't serve your kind here.
a theater.
Nope.
There's a tavern, a few small restaurants.
And a shushing quarter.
It's like a library. It's gonna be a great night.
Hello.
Welcome. Good job, Michael.
Are you tired as well?
Yes. Don't freaking go out.
Oh boy.
Nope. Get out.
You okay?
Long day.
Yeah.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
It's great.
What have I missed?
Not much.
He arrived, she arrived, and I've gathered the boys.
I have both left and arrived at the same time.
Oh, Sue left?
Yeah, Sue's gone.
Okay.
Sue,
Without
I'm
even
gonna say
saying
is with
goodbye.
the boys at the moment because she has a contract. So when the
Igris
boys
is under
leave-
no such contractual obligations.
Get off this pretty island.
All right, so
Hilton, stop it. It's uneven now.
yeah,
Actually, I'll
laptop.
go asking around the slums.
All right, make another investigation check.
Hate investigation. You speak deep. I do not.
Does you speak?
Not yet.
What do I speak? That's a great question.
11.
Asking around for about a Captain Miranda.
Twice as good as the Duchess.
You hear a report that some time ago, Captain Miranda was stuck here on this island. There was a bit of a sting operation orchestrated by Idris of Sylph Ragnarok. Other notable members of that were Stefan and Chakal.
Gregory was there too.
Gregory was also there, and a
The
goat
lady with the
man.
bear.
Who's Gregory?
What?
I don't know any Gregory.
Is he dead to you now?
Who dead to me now? I don't know anyone named Gregory.
So, that's so you hear that those are the notable members who were involved in that particular operation. I'm gonna see if I can.
I'm surprised you didn't
Alright,
screw
then,
when I walked in. It does.
If that is the case,
no,
then
you
I
screamed at me,
would
I
try
just
and
showed
locate this Sylph Ragnarok.
Have either of you run into our group yet?
No.
Okay, cool.
Nikki saw us and was like, I don't know these people, and went right around.
This was
rifles.
The quest icon comes up and you're just like, no, I need
Later.
a new hat, so I'll be back.
Recruitable
I need to go mine some copper for like 4 hours.
Recruitable soldiers.
Specifically copper.
Yes.
Go to bed.
Gotta go sell it on the Grand Exchange.
So,
Recruitable units.
you find...
No.
You hear reports that they're generally found either around the Sitting Duck or the Temple of Yasu.
Or in the local trouble.
Mm-hmm.
If you hear a noise,
Generally
just
that.
go there. That's probably them.
If there's demons raining from the sky, look for them there. If there's Kraken attacking the
So
port.
you know that day when you just walked around and demons start raining from the sky?
Must be Tuesday!
Let's decide based off of which is higher. Yeah, we'll go to Sitting Duck then, I guess.
Alright.
See, this town has a really great weirdness tolerance level.
So you head to the Sitting Duck. You find it fairly easily.
Must be like the biggest building in town.
There
I think
is
it's the only one with the sign.
Yeah, probably.
Probably has like a little duck.
Yeah.
it's like a little rubber ducky. All the other signs that were destroyed in the demon attacks. So,
Oh,
yeah, clearly.
It's
The only one with the sign, so it's the
Obviously.
easiest place to find.
Also, the entire building is bright yellow. So
Also,
you
Yeah.
can't miss
literally
anybody.
the only hotel in this entire island.
I mean, yeah, the only one that you want to stay at. See, the wealthy
only
people,
one-
they just stay with their friends who have guest wings. So you had there's an elf.
An elf! My, how you've grown!
There is an elf in a corner talking to an oddly enthusiastic cat man, talking about something about how he punched a giant sea monster and he's now training with the boys to go take on some pirates. There's gotta be some nonsense going on here.
So it's not early in the morning for that.
There's a brown-haired gnome behind the desk.
Gonna go stab him. Anyway, then I'll approach the gnome behind the desk.
Girl who's blue walks in.
Okay, Sitting Duck.
Yeah, Nikki's gonna go to the Sitting Duck because she doesn't know where everybody else is.
Okay.
So she's gonna go over and.
Still out and about.
You see
We're in
the
the
blue
town.
woman who you saw earlier, and just Sitting Duck.
I'm gonna go
You're
over to
also
Brawley
in the
unless there's anybody more interesting there to go talk to.
Okay.
You don't want to talk to that guy?
Who is
I
that
don't know
guy?
him. I know Brawley.
Brawley
Why are
is.
you talking at all?
We'll go listen to Brawley. She tells wonderful
This is
stories.
Nikki we're talking about.
That's true. I'm gonna
Nikki
go
sits on
sit.
the other side of the room and just is like,
I'm gonna go sit in the vicinity of Brawley, kind of, sort of. Not close enough to think that we could be possibly associated, but just close enough so that I can hear without straining.
That's
Remotely.
the Nikki we all know and love.
Yep. And I'm
Yeah.
just sort of sitting on the stool, like all like gathered in on top of it, just because it's there.
All right.
Actually, no, I'm sitting on the table. What am I thinking?
So, you go to like, hello, sir. Is there anything I can do for you today?
Hopefully, I'm looking for somebody associated with Sylph Ragnarok.
Of course you are. What's the nature of your desire to visit them?
Business.
Is this the kind of business that gets me stabbed, or is this the kind of business where I don't get stabbed?
That depends entirely on how far you stick your neck out.
I hear this and wander over because I like Larry and this doesn't sound good.
Okay.
Hi. How can I help you? I stare daggers at him.
I cast
little
shield.
daggers come out.
She has one weird eye.
A little dagger comes
A
out.
little dagger is currently staring at you.
A little needle is like.
It's
No,
got
it's,
little laser emojis.
it's kind of glowing, kind of yellow. It's definitely like a glass eye, but
I get a feeling it's like searching and kind of scanning
Some
you at the
permit
same
would send
time,
a
and I'm
really
just
great
like,
dagger with body parts.
Possibly. Where did you get that eye?
And I need that man's eye. No, We don't need that man die.
What's it to you?
Oh, nothing. I just find it fascinating, and my employers might be interested in it.
Who's your employer?
They wish to remain anonymous at this current juncture.
And I don't wish to tell you anything.
That is entirely your prerogative.
Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for Sylph Ragnarok.
Why?
Because it appears that they had a running-in with somebody that I'm looking for.
Who?
Well, that's between me and Sylph Ragnarok now, isn't it?
Is it? I think you need to tell me right now.
Fool, I am self-recognised.
Intimidation. I am all of them. Okay, look, I got all the important kills. Is the main
Come on, it's
detail.
so funny though. It's always funny when that happens.
Scare him to death.
Ooh!
That was good.
That is good.
Intimidation?
Mm-hmm.
21?
What's your strength score?
My strength? 8.
What's your class?
Warlock.
You're looking at this woman, and it's like, I may have just crossed a bit of a line I wasn't sure was there. And either she really, really hates Sylph Ragnarok, she is affiliated with them and doesn't like to be trifled with, or she's got some problem with your face.
Or all three.
This face. This face.
Is it as good as
It might be
Ignis's,
too
though?
symmetrical for her.
Better than Igris's.
Some people just don't like the face of an angel, I guess.
Do you say this out loud? Because...
No. That's
And
going
this
through
is
my
he
mind.
dies.
Well, that was short-lived.
Silas is probably harder to kill than Igris. It would appear that we seem to have gotten off on the wrong foot. I wish to remain discreet in my dealings while I'm here, and I really don't feel like blabbing to every Jack and Jill about what I'm about.
Good. That's not my name, so keep talking.
An individual that was formerly employed by my employers has failed to uphold their contract, and I'm here to enforce that contract.
Got it. What was their name? The person you're looking for?
They were a ship captain.
There you go.
Immediately thinks of Sue.
Well, I wasn't there for the Miranda thing, so... Pray, be more specific. This is an island. There's a lot of ship captains. And some of them are my good friends.
Erethan's not this one because she doesn't have any friends.
Confusion.
I assume it's somebody I don't know, and therefore I don't care about them.
Oh, immediately walks away.
Oh, man, whatever.
Sure. May know something.
Dear God, they're breeding.
And we're back.
Okay. I can take you to her if you'd like.
Would she know where they are?
Well, we're kind of scattered at the moment, so she might have information that would be helpful to you.
Then by all means.
Okay. We start walking, and on the way, I proceed to try to scare him as much as possible.
Make another intimidation check.
It's funny.
Dang it. Oof. It's only a 7. It's
You-
more like I'm telling him stories
You
about stuff.
get the
that's-
sense that you definitely pushed a button with her earlier. You get the idea that this is a tough lady, and given the fact that that's not her original arm either, that's definitely new. She has clearly at some point lost a limb and an eye, and is still active fighting. And there's definitely more than just show going on with her. But you must have pushed a button with her, and she's definitely posturing more than is strictly necessary. you've seen people do this many times before. It's admirable. It's an admirable attempt. But you've seen better, and you just get the idea that, okay, don't actively stab her. That would be unwise. But, you know, it's not a big deal.
Dang it, no.
But if you do get in a fight with her, stay within 5 feet of her.
You know the session where everybody plays all of their characters?
But he's a warlock. He's got Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, but she's got a longer
Alright.
range.
So,
She also has a sword.
do we have any adventures as we get to Shakal and...
Nah, I'm gonna
Kind of
say,
adventures.
as that happens...
This town has outlawed adventures at this point.
No more.
Demons more...
adventures.
Nope,
No, you can't come in.
Nope, it's been outlawed. You
All
can't-
the demons are just like, what?
No, it has to be devils. We're gonna come. Nope. See, it's in the town charter right here. Cannot be invaded by devils. How about demons? They don't follow rules. That's a fair point, sir. We will see you in 60 years. Nope. We will see you when that law is abolished.
Just the
You know,
guard
guys, I think we
escorting
should
them out.
just, rethink this whole not invaded by devils thing. I mean,
Um,
when has that ever helped
I'm
us?
guessing devils were the more lawful of the two.
Yeah.
Yes.
Got it.
So, Lady Nilo, what you gonna do?
I have 2 options. But I don't know what I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna roll for it.
Would you like to go to the scene up?
Would
Would you
you
like
like
to ready to?
No. I need to find the sitting duck. I don't want to, because that's what everybody else is doing. But I have to.
Central hub of this city
You could
for
come
some
to the
reason.
temple and find the rest of us.
I knew it.
Because we're currently sending
I don't.
Halen off, or is that...
That
Alan
one
was
sent
sent
off.
off.
He's.
How long
The
ago
night
was that?
before.
That was last night.
Oh, so
Yeah.
we're just still at the temple.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
training Francis.
Before we go back out toward
Am I
the
smart?
towers.
That's a good question. 17.
Basically, the
In a
Anton
town I've
Hunt is
never
also
been
meant
to
to double
before.
as a training camp.
It's one of the more popular taverns. There are some other smaller mom and pop ones.
Can I see
Mhm.
Who's this again?
Skill.
Skill
only
check.
one
His
duck.
skills.
It's also kind of. There are some snootier ones, but this is kind of the middle class, nicest establishment.
It's the only one I've heard of, so it's the only one I'm going to.
Well, it's the only one that exists, so...
It's the only one that matters so far. Maybe
Because I
The
don't want
only
to
one
make a
that's
town of
written
several
down.
thousand people.
I'm not staying there. I just need to find people.
I know,
Okay.
right? Said I know, right? Same.
So, as you guys leave the city, actually, no, you're not even there yet, because you're.
I went in a roundabout way.
Yeah. So,
Tried to not involve people.
so you get to the sitting duck beforehand. There's a cat man in the
There's a
corner
Brawly, there's
talking to a red-headed elf,
and there's a
and
gnome.
there's a gnome behind the counter.
I'm going to go up to Larry because the cat man just.
He's a cat.
Yeah, allergies.
I'm sure Larry's behind the bar or something.
That would be amazing.
He would know what's going on.
Hello, can I help you?
Yes.
Flaw, allergic to
I am
tabaxi.
looking for a group of individuals
Definitely
around
afraid of
here.
water.
Can't remember what they're called. Can't be bothered. They're doing stuff, and then there's a magic book, and I'm interested.
His eyes go kind of wide when you mention the book. It's like, hold a minute, please. He walks
Please hold.
into a back room, and a half-orc
Has
bard
small panic attack.
walks out.
Oh, so you find yourself falling.
Walks out. Well, hello there, lady. I'm so glad we can meet you today. Now, why don't we have a seat, and I can tell you anything you wish to know. And says to you to have a seat. Okay, so how the crap do you know about this book?
Magical things interest me, particularly when crime is involved.
Who else knows about this? I thought that information was contained to the island.
Well, seeing as the island's no longer contained itself.
There's magical whisperings and things, and I don't really have time to go into detail because I don't
Space
want to
magic.
deal with peasants.
Space magic.
I'm just looking for the group that's involved. I think my services would be useful.
I means we have a leak. Okay, well. He pulls out a gun. Well, anyway. Okay.
I heard it from a tiny person, you know, in the glass bottle.
My dad had him. He was delicious. Anyway.
You know, right before we ate him.
Well, if you check by the Temple of Yeshu, it's probably where you'll find the group. They were known as Shelf Ragnarok, though I don't think any of the original members remain. So,
That's funny.
don't know which
We need a
about
new
that.
name.
Do they remain as in they're not here anymore, or remain as in they're not alive anymore?
Well, one died and came back to life, and I don't know what happened to him.
Did any
Another died and came back to life, and I don't know what happened to him. Another one, I don't know what happened to him. He just disappeared one day.
So have all
And
the
Jamal got
original party
married.
just disappeared?
One of
and
them
not
got
died?
married. One of
Are they
them
technically
is
still alive?
dropping out of the. Essentially, was dropping out of the active party to deal with some personal business in the sailing industry or something. I don't know. And yeah.
Ah, yes, I know that one. No, I'm kidding.
Oh yeah, she owes me money.
Speaking of which, no, I'm kidding. Oh, good. So they're still alive then.
So yes, we're still yes, again.
The close facsimile of life.
And
All
then one
the
of
ones
them
that
lost
have
a
been
leg.
died have been brought back. So
Don't know what's up with that.
Wait, who lost a leg?
Rowan.
Ah,
Rowan lost
Oh yeah,
a leg.
he did.
that was funny.
I guess also technically he
And then he had his door broken down.
stole the loner peg leg.
Yeah.
It's like I can't be bothered to wait around for a good one. Later's.
So the Temple of Yeshu is across the large courtyard, and then it's the largest temple. If you reach the theater, you've gone too far.
Excellent. I will head on that way. Also, can you point me in the direction of the mayor governing party's mansion?
I was hoping she came with you. The mansion would be across the opposite way, so as soon as you exit the building, you're going to take a left. The major road, past all the mansions, there's going to be the large keep. That's where Tyrantown keep is, although Lady Tyran herself hasn't been around. Frankly, we're unaware if she's alive or dead with the lack of communication, and she took our court mage with her so we couldn't communicate with her, and it was a whole thing.
So who has been governing in her place?
Largely, Captain Uthric. He's been in charge of as far as legal or guard matters.
I just realized that Taurus would have to deal with the fallout of robbing the Wizard's Tower. Because he's going to be like the only one who did that and who's still around. It's fine.
Simon was there.
It's fine.
Let's see, who else is there?
That was fun.
As far as the local peacekeeping and well-being, Cestus tries to keep that in line, although he does a very good job of, don't lie to him. Do not lie to him. He might take your life.
I'd like to see him try.
With his bare hands, it's incredible. I once saw a woman lie to him on accident. He clocked her so hard she was out before she hit the ground. And then she bounced her head off on a rock. He gave her the rock. She still has it. That's weird. Anyway, as far as the physical health and well-being, Brother Patron at the temple, he sees to that. Although, again, has a bit of a temper, and recently we've made an uneasy truce with our former enemies of the orcs. Many of them have taken to trying to achieve a more peaceful lifestyle. There was a bit of a revolt not too long ago, and the troublemakers were exiled. Please do not stir that pot of worms. I think that's all the important. Oh, Agatha.
No, you leave that one.
If you have a magical problem that needs fixing, talk to Agatha. You're probably fine. You're a woman. Don't bring your brother, your boyfriend, your father, your son. Just don't. Don't bring.
Luckily, I don't have any of those.
Well, good. Also, I'm sorry, but good. I'm so sorry for your loss, but, you know.
No, they're not lost. They're just not here.
Oh, well, in that case. I think that mostly covers the bases.
Wonderful. Then I will head off to this temple. Ugh.
said "oh" at the same time.
After just a little bit, taking a leisurely stroll to the temple, you find the outside building. It looks very, very nice, like French Gothic architecture type of thing, stained glass windows,
Nice basilica.
an impressive front door. It's hardwood.
These
carved.
doors.
It looks like it's made out of like a giant, massive root ball coming down. This is an impressive door. That's nice.
The greatest
Alright.
enemy any D&D party will ever face, the door.
This door
A
is going to be
door
the
that
final
is
boss.
on your left.
And
This-
it's closed.
This door is going to be the final boss of this campaign. Entering inside, you see
Oh, good. I didn't have to knock or something. That would have been awkward.
inside. There's a few religious order members walking around, but you do hear appears to be military training.
In a temple. Okay.
And as you walk
Unusual.
out into an outside courtyard, you see there is
Bunch of dead people.
a man with some interesting armor. There appears to be giant shark teeth protruding from the armor, as well as some like large chitinous pieces off of it.
Who's that?
Torin.
It's
Monster.
a sea warrior.
He's a monster hunter for Monster Hunter.
Basically.
Somebody
see
loves
there's a
that
silver-
armor.
Crab. You have the crab stuff, right?
Yeah.
too?
There's a
Crab
silver
ornament.
dragonborn in very tight athletic wear,
Brother CrossFit.
and my word, he is ripped. It's a
Should
little.
I be impressed or are you impressed?
It's a little uncomfortable. It's like you ever see the guy who just stands there and his veins are like. It's like
Does he
He's
walk
got
around
a
with his
9.5
arms at 45
pack.
degree angle?
not always,
Not always.
not
okay.
always. After he works
So
out,
he's
you know.
better than Batman. Wow.
Yes.
So it's
That's
like okay, that's a little scary.
Okay.
You see, there is a
Intelligence.
another human in similar like basic like sailor's pants.
Haha,
There is there appears to be some remains of a tattoo on his chest, but there's a large brand scar over it.
basic. Oof.
As well as some type of tattoo on his upper arm.
Got fixed.
He is also ripped dude. Standing between these three very buff guys
There are so many ripped guys here.
is a
I
scrawny
should
half
roll a
orc
D4.
attempting to do more push-ups. I'm like, okay, 45, 46, 47, left arm, 1, 2, and he's like,
You count to 47?
well, he got to 46 the last round around. They're just they're easing him into it, you know.
Easy. Jeez.
Sweat is drenching off this guy. He's doing this in his chainmail too.
Oh.
That would be horrible.
And then there's a point where he starts going at me.
He starts going up and his hair gets caught. Ow, ow, ow!
And he just kind of face plants down. And he's told to
Yes.
get some water and take a bit of a rest. So
breather, soldier.
before you there is Torin,
3 buff guys.
Brother CrossFit patron,
3
and
buff guys
Stefan.
walk into a courtyard.
Hey, can I tell you about my religion?
One of them's a vegan, and one of them does CrossFit, so we all know who the other guy is.
Who's the
Helio.
vegan?
That's a great question. Oh, it's Francis.
Oh, yeah.
That's why he's so scrawny.
Yeah, he's
On that
Protein
paleo-
powder.
On that paleo diet.
Yep.
He's missing out, you know.
How is he gonna get those sick gains without any protein?
You see, sort of further in the back, there is a woman in her late 20s,
Ooh.
also training as well. Wrong campaign. She has a rapier in each hand, and she is wailing on a makeshift practice dummy. And she is like ripped. You know? She's got
We're all rich.
wrong campaign. Although if you do want a ripped dual wielding barbarian woman, there's a campaign for that.
Yeah, I guess I'm just a
That's
day
Marshall.
late. Dang it.
We have a ripped dual-wielding ranger lady.
That is true.
Ugh, Raven.
She's spoken for. Anyway.
She has a bear.
Anywho.
There we go.
Well, I'm going to go up to these buff
When you need it, I'm gonna
dudes.
build a spot.
Okay.
This is Sam talking because.
Okay.
It's got the
Anyway,
most
I'm gonna go up to the buff dudes and I mean like, excuse me, I am looking for Sylph Ragnarok or something like that.
Are you still called that?
I assume so.
Good for you.
As I'm talking, I would like to use Know Your Enemy to learn her current hit points.
Okay.
Why hit points of all
There you go.
things?
Because AC comes next. So yes, after the first minute goes up from hit points, I'd like to learn her AC as well.
Okay.
Okay.
This will be my mini. Face of an angel.
What's your
It's a potato.
Why are you looking for Sylph Ragnarok?
I heard
Reasons.
about
I want to
them.
slay them all.
Add them to my collection.
You're
I already have one of them in a bottle. I need to get the rest of them.
Need a complete set.
Collector's
Actually,
edition.
it's
Ah,
never mind.
You can never get the original Yggdrasil though.
No, you can't.
Hey, his
Actually, his body's
temple.
still around, so you can't get you can get original Yggdrasil and the new.
He's just used.
Yeah.
The original one's used. Can't get him new.
Slightly
Cool.
used.
I'm sure you can figure out which is which.
But he's boxed.
The
new-
magic
so-
hit points
The
is
new
67
one is
armor
near
class.
mint condition.
Oh my gosh.
That's an impressive armor class, I have to say.
Thank you.
I think the homebrew might be a little broken, but we'll figure it out.
We don't need to touch that.
Fine.
It's fine.
Everybody, focus magic missile.
That's funny, but you don't know why.
So there is.
Yes, I asked her why she's looking for Sylph Ragnarok.
Oh, right, of course.
Look, it's
Oh
always
yeah,
Beth's fault.
peasants need reasons.
Right, that's right. He's talking to me. Anyway,
Says that. Oh right, he's talking to me.
pretty much. Oh yes. I've heard a bit about your group. Rumors have spread. I can't tell you exactly how, but anyway, I've heard of a book and somebody stole it, and I think I might be of use to your group.
That would depend on how you found out about this object we're looking for.
I know people and I know things.
Lots of people know people and things.
See, I know.
I'm a people. I have things.
You don't count.
Don't count, Stefan.
Stefan, no. Bad Stefan. Oh yes, I've heard about Stefan.
Yeah.
Kill the
These are like-
Stefan.
I am.
Stefan's my leak. Stefan's my leak. Kill him.
That man right there.
Oh, right. I forgot. I told my cousin about it.
My cousin's second aunt's nephew's niece.
Yeah.
Twice removed.
I think.
Okay,
On
technically,
I'm a
my
potato.
my cousin's her dad, but like, don't go into it.
Anyway.
I'm afraid that we can't exactly trust everyone who comes in here asking about our quest. It's only a matter of time before our enemy sends someone in to attack us from the inside. I'm gonna need to know a little bit more about
I mean,
it.
he already did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that is completely understandable, I suppose.
You suppose?
I suppose.
You're not there.
I know. I
What
wish
other
I was.
information can I provide you?
I wish I was, because I would get somewhere.
What are your ability scores?
very useless
What
talking
is
to
your
your
I mean, I can learn those by myself anyway.
So.
No, thank you.
I know everything.
Stop looking at me like that. It's weird.
It's like,
Well,
you can see my numbers.
I'd like to know how you heard about this.
I
This is
cannot
supposed-
speak on that yet.
Well, I'm afraid
Not at liberty to discuss.
Well, I'm afraid that I can't talk to you about what's going on either.
I'm afraid I can neither confirm nor deny anything without the Secretary's approval. He just happens to be dead.
Also, that was my dad, so your cousin's dead. Anyway.
Yeah, Dad said. No, I'm kidding.
Dad said I could do this!
Well, this is an awkward standoff.
No, not really.
I just need to wait till I come there.
See, while you've gotten nowhere, I've spent the last 2 minutes staring at you, learning everything I need to know.
Are we gonna flip back to us, Ben?
Meh. I'm going to turn around and just kind of go to the mayor's office because it's the other side, and I don't want to say goodbye because, man, screw you, temple people.
Kill her now! Take the shot, take the shot!
Please try. Go for it.
Let's see what I've got.
Not you.
Why not me?
You're not there.
I can't do it.
Nope.
I thought I was at the temple. Am I not?
Nope.
Yes, you are at the temple.
Yeah, I'm at the temple.
Yeah, but you're.
But you weren't training with everybody else.
Well, assuming he was hanging out with his friends.
I thought he was the water boy.
Yeah. I'm literally the water boy. You know, Tempest cleric and everything. I heal and give you drink.
Had a little
Oh,
rain
that's
cloud
right, I
on
forgot
people.
about that.
Where is it?
Half cover is 2 plus 2 AC?
Yes, and
Okay.
full coverage plus 5. I think.
Yes.
Full cover
I
is.
don't know what it is.
No, you
Oh,
came up with
right.
Guardian.
Right.
Half cover is.
3 quarters is
Three
plus
quarters.
5.
Got
I
this.
got wall of water. I can just create
Three-quarters
walls
is
of
plus
water for
2.
everyone to drink from.
No, 3/4 is plus
Yeah.
Is that a spell or a cantrip, though?
It's a,
Full is not
Ow.
hard.
Not worth it.
it's a racial spell.
Not worth it.
This is a-
Oh, yeah, that's true. I left.
She left.
She's doing.
She's gone.
But I know what I
Soldier boy,
need.
blah, blah, blah.
As you start leaving the
Weekends.
temple, you see the same,
I'm never gonna get paid.
the same bard
Next is you.
What?
you saw earlier walking back. Okay, well, apparently I found out who the leak is. Apparently my boss doesn't tell me when he contracts outside help. Walks past you. I can give you a formal introduction.
Where were
What?
you 5 minutes ago?
I was just about to leave, but okay, whatever.
He walks up. So, I'm not sure if we've spoken. I'm from the Temple of Lore. I'm from Comeg's Priory.
He's exposition.
So my boss
exposition.
decided that since some time went by with no
He's from the
results,
Temple
and
of
now that
Father
the whole
exposition.
keep,
From
you know,
Father's
you have to help
storyline.
them or else you're stuck in the island thing didn't pan out because of the whole Kraken dying thing. He decided to contact some outside help. Apparently, he has a relative who knows a thing anyway, so he
We
messaged
didn't
for
eat
her
anything.
directly and didn't bother to tell
Maybe.
us. So then when someone starts talking about, you know, the whole secret thing, apparently he forgets all of the security protocols that he ingrained into me, but it's funny because he's the boss anyway.
Someone salty.
I'm totally not paying attention and just kind of looking at my reflection in, like, my sword.
Are you sure that we can trust her?
Are you sure you shouldn't have done an insight check?
Buddy,
on-
I don't even know her name,
would've loved
but
to
the
have
boss
that.
said that's who she
Insight
is,
check
so...
the half orc. He's clearly a mimic.
Well, if he thinks that she can be trusted, we can let her in for a little bit. But I'll keep an eye on her.
I went for a little bit, but when it's night, she goes out.
Okie dokie, well, my job is done, so I'm just gonna leave. I'm trying to figure out how
Thank
to thunder
you,
with my
brother
guitar.
exposition.
He leaves. His job is done.
I'm leaving
Never
too.
appear in this campaign again. Okay. Okay. Hana!
Come on, Mama.
Dearest
Hana.
sister. It is hot.
I need both of you in here.
Did you turn the fan on?
Thank you. Problem is with turning the fan on, it wobbles really weird.
God.
Turn it on really low.
Turn it on a little bit.
A teensy weensy bit.
Alright.
Ah,
Enough to create a
I can
slight
check the air
movement.
I'm
conditioning.
breaking out because of the peasantry.
We'll leave.
Can't. Until I get paid. Ow!
Shame.
I'll put it on there. It'll kill you.
Air from the heavens. Wind from above.
Wind from on high.
Alright.
So, you end up in the Wretch and Catch, or the rebuilding process of the Wretch and Catch.
You end up in a remodel zone?
Why do I feel like I just stepped into reality TV?
Welcome to.
Sam, are you still hanging around the temple? Are you still hanging around the courtyard?
No.
No.
Nope. Breaking out in hives. I must leave. Gotta get away. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You walk in. I've kept my serious face going the entire time.
had a bemused expression the whole time.
I've told you absolutely nothing about the town.
I didn't ask for anything.
Yes, but I wasn't even.
You have a lovely conversation of saying nothing to each other.
I walk in the door and go,
Silence is so easy.
Chalks! Got a visitor.
Chakal enters the room, pink frilly apron,
Oh my gosh.
But she's ripped.
but she's like ripped. She's got like a 9-pack.
Well, she's
What
pretty
do with
buff.
all these ripped people on this island?
He's a barbarian.
She's a barbarian.
They've had nothing to do but work out since they got tracked here.
Okay, so Chakal is in fact wearing a pink frilly apron,
Is
a
there
hard
swimming
hat.
in the water?
her usual leather mini skirt, and armor. She comes out. Hi! Hey sis, what's happening? Who? Who is that? Who are you?
I'm somebody who's interested in
I'm
finding
a
silk
potato.
Ragnarok, and apparently you may know where they are.
Oh yeah! I was part of his stuff Ragnar stuff.
Wonderful. Now, do you happen to know their current location?
Well, normally they're at the Sitting Duck, so you should totally go there.
I was just there, and that is where this young woman suggested that I speak with you.
You turn to notice that Nikki is no longer standing next to you. She is like on the other side of the room, just sort of sitting on pieces of lumber and looking kind of amused, kind of hard to tell. Her face is pretty neutral.
No. Stop.
She calls like,
It was perfectly fine.
well, if they're not at the Sitting Duck, they're probably at the church thing. Or at Agatha's, because we go there a lot. Or at
We're
Bull's.
probably not at Agatha's.
Or at the dock.
Well,
We go
seeing
a lot
as-
of places. Oh, one time we were out camping and it was like the craziest thing ever.
I'm just going to leave now.
Just
no, wait,
turns
what do
and
you
leaves.
want? I mean, I'm part of the stuff in
I
Crag's
have
thing.
what I came for.
What'd you take? Did you take something from here?
Information only.
Like what?
Like how my 50-50 shot has just now been narrowed down. I go to the Temple of Yesu.
Okay.
Nikki follows, but like not like she cares or anything. She's just also going that
Baka.
direction.
About the
She
same
ends up
time.
walking past you, takes a side
Out of my
street,
way,
and goes
stop
way
following
faster.
me.
Stop following me.
No,
Uh,
so Nikki, because she knows the town better,
yeah.
she's gonna like sidestep him, keep speed walking, and then like turn 3 corners so that she loses him, and then just like takes off.
I'm gonna have Bertram follow her.
Okay.
What?
You're being followed by Bertram.
I'd
does that
like
feel?
Bertram to make a stealth check.
Hey, Bertram.
What's a
Yeah.
Bertram?
What's Bertram?
Bertram,
You don't know.
Bertram is a
do
wonderful.
you remember Qualm?
No!
It's not Qualm.
It's better than Qualm because he doesn't talk back.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Weird
Total
alien
20.
smoker's voice.
that thing.
Closet?
I
I
liked
don't
him.
actually know what a
I
closet
saw him
looks
for
like.
one session and then he was gone.
On the. I guess he wouldn't be on.
No, he's not here
He might be there near Idris's
No.
legs.
No,
He's green and purple.
no.
Little
Looks
guy.
like- Looks like an alien.
Anyway,
Nope.
Anyway,
Check on Facebook.
Bertram got a total 20.
okay. Bertram follows Nikki to the temple.
I walk into the temple, go straight over to Torin.
I'm gonna be seeing and
Tor.
hearing through Bertram. Just kind of leaning up against the wall somewhere while Bertram observes.
Okay.
Torin, I pull him aside. This weird, what does he look like again?
Blonde human.
Tall, short, dumpy.
This weird blonde human.
5 foot.
Not like you.
He's 5'8".
Do you have an ugly younger brother? An ugly, stupid younger brother who looks like you, but ugly and stupid like you.
Torin, I just spent a large part of today, like seriously way too much time, with this blondish human dude about my height.
Blondish, humanish,
maybe male-ish guy.
I'm unclear about the whole genetics thing.
To be fair, I wasn't really paying attention. I didn't bother to remember
I'm
anything.
actually a warforged.
He was
I
asking
actually
us.
really need glasses. I should not be handling a bow.
It's luck, frankly.
He came to the sitting duck looking for members of Sylph Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. I know that. That part didn't happen. Said it correctly.
No, it did.
It just did.
It did.
You have like 2 people who can tell you that he
Sylph
just
Ragnarok. And asking lots of very mysterious questions. Saying he works for someone. He's looking for information. And he's looking for, did I know it was Captain Miranda?
I never said her name.
Alright.
You could probably just assume it was Captain Sue.
She,
No. I know it wasn't Captain Sue.
Oh.
Because Captain
Sue
Sue
has friends.
Captain
Looking-
Sue
yeah.
has friends and
Did
more
she?
than
Like
friends.
Miranda, who's a loser.
Looking for a
Captain Sue has
mysterious
friends and more than friends and ex-friends.
mysterious ship's captain that apparently we have
friends.
some history with.
Friends you
Must have
haven't
been-
met yet.
Shush! Must have been before my time, but someone who doesn't have any friends who couldn't have been Sue. I didn't really want to help him, so I took him to Jakal, who gave him, like, nothing and sent him in, like, 15 different directions. He's probably on his way here right now. I tried to get here as fast as I possibly can, and he's probably walking in right now.
Probably looking for Captain Miranda. Well, it would be the first person looking for Zilford Ragnarok today.
What?
You're still in the courtyard, yeah?
Nope.
No. There's
By the way, I'm
Noble
also
woman
bringing in a new
here.
character who's looking for shit right now.
there's a noble woman in here.
I'm looking for a person named
Apparently
Sappy.
got hired by
Apparently
Temple
has
of
an
the Lord
AC.
to help us
and
Guys!
HP,
I can't hear him.
Sorry.
Whispering.
It's a noble woman who's in here just a little bit ago. Apparently was hired by Temple of the Lord to help us out.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So she's an ally?
She claims to be. I'm gonna be keeping an eye on her.
Got it.
Ooh.
Want me to come back to the sitting duck? Do you think she'll be staying with us there?
By the looks of her, I'd guess not. She'd be looking for somewhere more. Yes, somewhere more
Got it.
upscale.
High class. Less
Okay.
peasanty.
You know those places where people look at you like this.
Mm-hmm.
I can do that, you know.
or like this.
Or both at the same time.
It's like they go like this, but somehow their nose tilts down at you.
Nose just curves down.
So you said he was following you, but you tried to shake him off.
Yeah, he was really weird. I don't know. I didn't like him.
Can I make a perception check, see if he's hiding in the background somewhere?
Sure, go ahead.
Ooh. That is a total 20.
That was Bertram's. Yeah. You don't see any person.
Haha.
You do see a bat.
Brother Patron, why is there a bat hanging out in the courtyard?
It's a bat. That's what bats do. They hang out, man.
You know, normally they're up in the belfry. I'll get it. Here's a rock and chucks it.
And have Bertram just poof out.
Well, that's not normal.
That's not how bats normally die to rocks.
He's just like, thought
Do
there was
we
something
observe
wrong
this?
with the mushrooms I had
Yeah.
today.
Brother Patron, we're being watched.
Yeah, I don't trust this guy.
You saying that thing belonged to him?
Well, I mean, how many weird things could possibly happen to us in one day?
Suddenly, Horvin appears flying.
Also, my third character was.
Hey, James, it's me. I'm looking for my best friend Salmon from before he was turned into a statue. I carved the abs in him. He didn't have them before. He used to have a beard on.
Well, I'm
Okay.
guessing whoever this friend of yours was is going to be showing up soon.
No doubt.
You guys just don't like new people.
No, we don't.
I'm sorry.
No,
Well,
you're not.
if you
You've
look-
never been burned by any of the new people, so I don't know why you're all paranoid.
Technically, you're like one of
Um,
the new people.
7?
We're
We almost
paranoid
got burned by him.
Well,
Yeah,
okay,
but
the island just
he
got
was a
opened
double
up
agent.
to having a bunch of random
No,
new people.
triple agent.
That too.
And they're asking funny questions. So,
Which means that Anton has access to people now, and they're asking funny questions, so...
So yes, we're paranoid. I think we have good
Whole
reasons.
game just got blown
wide open, boy.
Oh yeah, we should go back and do
You
that.
should go adventuring.
I don't know anything about that yet.
So we can show up now if you want.
Okay. Yeah.
Where's Savin during all this?
He is at the temple, kind of near his little shrine.
Here's waterfall.
He's got a little water fountain in.
He's sitting in the water fountain.
Oh.
Following the path where
We have like a little
Bertram
ship and
was.
cracking toy.
Following the path where Bertram flew through, you walk into the courtyard where you see Nikki and the CrossFit team.
Is this your friend?
Yep.
Oh, I wouldn't say that we're friends.
We look very unfriendly.
You're right. Friends don't usually send their familiars to spy on each other.
Yeah. What's up with that?
Yes,
Over the
very
next
rude.
minute, I would like to learn his. Over the next 2 minutes, I'd like to learn his hit points, his current hit points and armor class.
Okay.
Is that just like a feature you can use?
Yep.
Like it doesn't, it's not consumed? As
Nope. Because it's my own intelligence and my own skills. It is not magic.
It
in
does
any
require
way.
It's
talking to
not
someone
like
for a full
a
minute,
once
It
per
did-
rest.
not even talking, observing for a full minute.
Just stare.
It relies people having the attention span to stay with each other for a minute.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Hmm.
I have reason to believe that you are Sylph Ragnarok, correct?
That's
Yeah,
correct.
totally his name. He is Sylph Ragnarok.
I don't know if you'd believe this, but you weren't the first person to come looking for us today.
So I heard.
Yes.
Hmm.
What is it that you're looking for?
I'm looking for one Captain Miranda.
Oh, you'll tell him.
You never told me you were a member of Sylph Ragnarok. And also
He's
no
got a
purpose
point.
of it.
Hmm. I should have just killed him when I had the chance.
Does she
That
say
would
that
have
out
been
loud?
Yes.
difficult.
As far as I'm aware, we ran Captain
He's only gonna level up.
Miranda off a while ago. No one's seen or heard of her since.
Ah, that's unfortunate.
Hmm.
And that with the island being open, it wouldn't surprise me if she's gone for good now.
Oh, I hardly doubt that.
What makes you say that?
Let's just say that she doesn't really have a lot of places she can run to.
Oh, that's comforting.
Why are you looking for her?
She has failed to uphold her end of her contract, and I'm here to enforce it on behalf of my employers.
I see. I don't suppose you tell me who your employers are.
I'm afraid they wish to remain anonymous at this time.
Oh,
I see.
good for them.
They have that luxury.
And what's your name, may I ask?
Cyrus Loneheart.
I see. I'm Captain Stoneward.
You have a last name?
A pleasure, Captain.
Unfortunately, yes.
Some of our characters actually have last names.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I don't have a last name.
Rowan had a last name.
Second name too.
Did Yggdrasil have a last name?
His first name's
Like, I mean,
He had a title.
he had a title. Like, his family had his last name. He just
Yeah.
didn't use it.
Well, you're certainly welcome to stay around here. We've had people looking for Miranda, but there's been no sign of her.
Well, I'll see what my contacts can dig up.
I'm sure our group would appreciate that as well.
Totally.
that remains to be seen as how beneficial you can be.
And with that, I will walk off.
What's with these people showing up saying, "Hey, we're looking for this group." Ah, yes, we're them. Great. Walks away.
Alright, first step done, found the group. I'm gonna go take a nap now.
Take a long rest. That
I'll
took
see
a
you
lot out
tomorrow,
of me.
suckers.
No, I'm actually going to be using my criminal contact feature.
Ooh.
What's your current hit points in your armor class?
My armor class is 11.
11.
Okay.
My current hit points is 64.
I asked him because I know you were sizing him up, and
I'm a very healthy warlock.
Probably the
What did
healthiest
you
warlock
say?
I've ever
What
seen.
did you say your hit points were?
64.
Oh yeah, you're. And you're
Nice.
level 6, correct? Or 7.
7.
Oh yeah.
but
I'm still
His-
only 45.
I could have 104.
armor class is 11,
What? Really?
so it's not hard.
I've
to
just
hit
been
him.
rolling really bad.
Well, he has a
Oh,
spell.
I'll-
No, I have a spell that gives me temporary hit points and I can
Oh.
cast it twice.
False light.
Do you have a Constitution modifier?
Yes.
Yes. Yep, that'll do it.
That's a very good
Sweet
thing to
The only
have.
thing
Con,
the only thing that
no.
doesn't have a modifier is wisdom. Because a negative is technically a modifier, so I do have a modifier for strength.
Oh, what was Nikki asking?
Oh, I noticed you sizing him up, so I'm gonna ask for the information you sized up from him.
Well, he has an AC of.
He's easy to hit, but he has a lot of hits to take.
He's remarkably healthy for a magic type. Doesn't not
All
wearing
you
any
know,
armor,
I just didn't
though.
come in with all my weapons on.
Not wearing any armor, so
We just both take him and hit him a lot.
That would be murder. And you're in a church.
he's not wrong. You know, it wouldn't hurt to tone down the passive aggressive, or even the active aggressive.
I mean, just the aggressive, right?
Just all aggressive in general. Let's tone that down.
Sure thing, boss.
It's one thing to keep. It's one thing to not accept everyone at face value, but you don't have to try and scare them off.
It's true. I don't know. Something about him rubs me the wrong way.
He does seem like the type who knows a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. Something about that just. I open up just slightly, which is a miracle because this is Nikki.
Character development.
What is this, ladies' night out?
I'm having a support conversation.
Something about him just. I don't know. For some
Is
reason,
he
he
tall
reminds me of
enough?
my dad. I don't know. It could just be superficial, but
There's a weird, like, time warp on this island. or
something
something,
about
I
him
don't
makes
know.
me think about my dad. Dad a lot.
Far enough away, the disguise self wears off, and I am far straight now.
We'll have to make sure to keep an eye on him too.
It's probably nothing.
Wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't, though.
So, you spend a little bit of time
Support ranks.
figuring out your exactly where your contact is in this area, and you end up meeting on a small park-like area in the
I'm
Half-Orc
gonna feed
slums.
some ducks.
All right,
Just
so
the sitting ones.
I got your message. I was told you coming in today. What you need?
I need all information regarding Captain Miranda, especially her current whereabouts.
All right, Captain Miranda. Let me refresh the memory banks.
I looked up her character sheet.
Got a Warforged, who was programmed by orcs, apparently. An orc forged.
If we have 3 more support conversations, we get married.
Is that how that works?
Yes,
I
that's
really
Alright,
hope that
so-
doesn't happen.
A few things about her. She's a high elf.
It's really weird.
She doesn't seem to go out of her way to help or harm people, but she's definitely out for herself.
an
She's
Australian
a member.
orc over here.
She's a member of the Red Raven Pirates, and she's rumored to be a high-ranking member.
Interesting.
Don't worry, they're 1 member shorter.
Let's see. She has a bit of a
Somebody pulled the
superiority
card.
conflict.
Huh?
Said somebody pulled the card in the trunk.
She has a bit of an superiority complex. She's fiercely independent, so that's why we suspect she's higher on the totem pole for the Red Ravens. It doesn't seem like she'd like to work for anyone else. Yep, let's see. So she's got dark vision, very ancestry.
Can you tell me her current AC?
No, because she is currently level 4, and this is an old character sheet that needs to be updated.
Seriously, that's bad.
So she has 40 hit points. Right? Yeah, I don't know.
You could probably take her on right now.
Yeah, I think so.
She is a swashbuckler.
Ha.
Do you know that? Her specialty is smuggling.
That I didn't know.
She smuggles besides illicit goods. She also would smuggle people sometimes. Not entirely sure where she was smuggling to, what the destination was. We do know.
Is it good smuggling people, or is this like a human trafficking smuggling people? Because
Yes.
that's different.
Disembodied voice remind me. This is like human trafficking smuggling. We did. All we know is some people board a ship, and then they're never heard from again. We do know that she used this island as a resupply point. So it seems like wherever these people went, well, they're not here. So it seems like either she delivered them somewhere and they were taken elsewhere, or perhaps, I don't know, dumped into the ocean.
So what you're saying is find the Red Ravens, find Captain Miranda.
That's possible. Also, alternately, if you find where the bodies or the people who were in those bodies ended up.
People in the body.
There are people in the bodies!
Ah!
Bodies of water. Bodies of water.
I don't mean to surprise you, but skeletons, when walking about, those are called undead. And you have a skeleton inside you right now walking about. You're dead inside, mister.
Yes, well,
Undead
I get
inside.
along better with dead people anyway.
Oh, that's your problem.
Sorry, but it's funny, but no one else knows why yet.
Yeah, either find out where the bodies were going, or find the Red Ravens. That's all I got for you right now, sir.
Waiting to break it.
Alright, well, I'll contact you if I need any more information.
Alright,
It'd be fun to put like a necromancer like that.
he leaves.
He's he.
Gonna have Bertram appear. Alright, Bertram. I suppose it's time we go hunting.
Okay.
What time of day is it actually?
It's a good question.
It's currently pushing into the afternoon.
I thought you said, what time in Vegas is it actually? And I was like, does it matter?
We're
It's
in
always
Vegas, by the
midnight
way.
in Vegas. Always. Except when you're hungover. Then it has to be noon. What?
Well, then you just drink some more and then you're back to midnight.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm never going to Vegas
Camera.
Camera!
Too late. You're already in Vegas with her.
with you. Ah!
You're drunk now.
This is all hallucination before you black out.
I feel like this entire episode has basically been like a TV drama, and I don't know why. It just feels very much like a TV, and then it's like, this is the commercial time right now.
Commercial break.
They're going
Buy
hunting.
alcohol!
Does anyone have anything they'd like to sponsor?
Buy alcohol!
Well, we're talking about Vegas, so.
Gamble!
Gambling!
And alcohol.
Yes!
Oh, I know. I'm going to go to the docks.
That's what I heard.
Docks. Not the duck, the
It's
docks.
close.
Going to where the shipyards then.
So my camera keeps doing this thing like, hey,
No.
is this a cannon battery? Yes. It might be counterfeit. It's done. I'm gonna turn off now.
It's kind of dumb.
As per usual.
What's really annoying is that they give you an option yes or no. And it doesn't matter, it will turn off.
So if you say yes, it is a counterfeit.
Then
it
you should
shuts
really
down.
stop letting
If
your
you
fans
say no,
decide
you
whether
say
your,
no, it is a
your battery is
counterfeit.
canon or not.
Anyway.
Nice.
Then your battery's fanfic. It's not canon.
So are you.
I know.
Why?
You were to the shipyard, Micah?
Yeah, to the docks.
Okay, okay. You go to the docks. What you looking for?
I'm looking.
And also here. Let's remember that.
Yeah.
Actually, wait a second.
Here. Here.
I saw Stefan when I was back at the courtyard, right?
Yes.
Here.
Did he have like a red raven tattoo or something?
Here. And also
Make a retroactive perception check.
Retroactive
I am
perception
the
checks are
car.
my favorite
I'm
rolls.
always the car.
I got +0 to that, so it's just a straight roll. Oh, hey, a 17.
17. From what you do know about the Red Raven Pirates, the lighting in this room is atrocious.
Pretty bad.
What I know of the Red Raven Pirates is that their lighting is atrocious, their aesthetics are deplorable.
on their
I don't have a
left
regular
pecs,
production budget.
they have a red tattoo
Mhm.
of the Raven.
What?
He had some markings of a red tattoo that was on his chest, but there was a large burn scar over it.
Bad.
So it seems that he maybe was a Red Raven pirate. Perhaps was a prisoner of them. But who else would really burn off a tattoo? And in so
A
hasty a manner?
spy.
Paladin.
Nerd.
A nerd paladin spy.
So is he a nerd that spies on paladins, or does he spy on nerdy paladins?
Yes.
When a nerdy paladin
Roll
spy on
percentile to determine whether or not I'm just gonna act on that hunch or not.
You're just gonna straight up kill him or not?
Sure, we'll go for it. We're gonna go back to the temple.
I want to be there.
Go back to the temple then.
No, I don't want to go back there.
I'm gonna be making Stefan uncomfortable.
Alright, that's better.
Sam wants to go.
Actually,
Sue
probably
comes
not. I'm probably
back
gonna be
real
making
quick.
Stefan like really happy.
Sue's like, hold on.
Captain Sue's already there.
I
So you are there.
I sensed that Stefan was going to be made fun of.
So
I so wanted to be in on that.
you get to the head back to the temple. Training seems to be on a bit of a break at the moment.
Excellent.
Taking a closer look, you do see what appears to be a bit of a wing on the tattoo. It was a raven tattoo.
Excellent. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I couldn't help but notice your former marking. What
Yes.
did you have to do with the Red Ravens?
Sam pulled out a sword.
I was captured, forced into service. I worked under the Blue Dragonborn Thorkno. He gave me these.
I should probably write this down.
Forced to get the tattoo like everyone else who joined, whether or not they were willing.
Say fork no?
Fork no.
Fork? No.
Fork no.
I'll just use the spoon, it's fine.
No, that's because he likes to eat with his fingers. I'm not kidding. He has claws.
Oh. Finger foods, yes.
Chopsticks are
So if you want to know anything about them, he's the one I know the most about.
Current location.
That part I don't know. I do know
Known associates.
no associates.
Oh.
Let's see.
Business partners. Family relations.
Family relations, I believe,
Loved
are all
ones,
dead. Business associates.
Strengths. Weaknesses.
Armor class.
Hit
Right,
points,
actually,
AC.
Allow me to check my notes.
Intelligence.
How
Favorite
loyal
foods.
is he?
But the real question is, does he speak deep.
Why isn't your ability
We
let you do
need-
that, Kelton?
We need to make a party that only speaks deep, except for one guy who speaks common. Just
Ah,
because.
that would be great.
Sucker.
Well, and then they're always like, "Can you translate for us?"
It'd be amazing. Because you make the guy who speaks common the one with the lowest charisma. And he's not the bard.
Well, I can tell you that his title's Faulkner the Fierce. He's a battle master, and his strength definitely is largely in his force of presence. He's intimidating to people around him. He prefers to fight with 2 weapons at a time. Let's see, what else? He has lightning breath. He seems to have some type of ability when he can bellow out a great roar which frightens people around him. He likes goading people into one-on-one duels.
1v1 Negro.
He always follows the letter of the law he sets down. So,
Just the letter. Not the numbers.
I like him already. Now,
He's also totally ripped.
I know for a fact he briefly fought Torn over there before both ships were caught in a storm, and our ship left and their ship wrecked, and that's how he ended up here with a friend of his who's no longer with us.
See, Kelton? Wrecked. Ship wrecked. Get wrecked.
The name of his ship is the Heartless Herald. It's greedy, arrogant.
I
He
like
gets
all
everywhere.
of those adjectives.
Predictable though. He always goes for the direct assaults.
Ooh, I love that one even more.
I can totally just imagine your character some sort of like journalist or something, just like, yes, good.
That's it
It'll be
on
in the
him.
papers tomorrow.
As far as associates, let's see.
While he's here talking with Stephen Keller, his constitution score.
Stefan?
No, his.
Yeah.
Oh, sure,
I
yeah.
love to learn stuff.
What's your constitution score?
16.
Okay.
There's also a relatively new pirate captain who made sure that the rest of them were well acquainted with him
Torrens convulsing
by the
over
name
many
of Roscoe Miller.
You say Steve Miller?
Roscoe Miller.
Okay, then.
Pirate Faulkner the Fierce, and his second in command, Roscoe Miller.
Don't know much about him.
Kinda wish
He's
the
a
entire
Lightfoot
group was
halfling.
based off of utensils. You got fork, no.
He also
Mr. Chopsticks.
dual-wield weapons. I don't know
Thus.
much more about him than that.
You fear thus.
He does wear armor, but he has the Raven emblem emblazoned on the front, very, very noticeably. And then,
The boatswain, the ship's cook, the cabin boy,
there's
the quartermaster.
Captain Ramus Uthracht.
That's
He hates religious organizations or those who follow religions of any kind.
Who doesn't know?
He is
All of us?
or was a paladin, and he seems to have. He works with the undead crew.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, he's lately had a bit of a tumble.
And then the last one that I really know about, because we had a bit of a run-in with her, is Captain Miranda.
Yes. Now she's the one I'm interested in.
Well, all I can really tell you about her is that her ship, the Macabre,
He's gone.
we had several suspicions about it, but not enough evidence for the guard to officially act. So,
Oh, did you take
Idris,
ship?
the Spellblade, enacted
took Stephanie's
a arrangement with Miranda,
Not yet.
promising
Has
to
she
trade
not
a
left
slave for a slot on her ship when her ship would eventually leave the island. It was a trap that we had set up, and in In the attack, we stormed with some guards. The slave was actually Chakal, who was given a weapon.
Somebody put a weapon into that woman's hands.
Look, that wasn't my call, but we also had a satyr with us who insulted one of her first mate to death.
Clearly a bard.
And eventually a giant woman and her pet bear broke out from the hold. Miranda jumped overboard and swam away, and that was the last we saw of her.
What about the Krakenator?
Words so easy.
So you're not exactly on friendly terms with the Red Ravens currently.
I am on a quest to destroy them all.
Then it would appear that our goals are, for the moment, temporarily aligned.
Well, if you want to hunt some pirates, we're the boys, apparently.
That's our new name, our new group name. We're the boys. No more Sylph Ragnarok. We're the boys.
The name's a work in progress. I'm thinking of ideas.
If I think of anything else I can tell you about her, I will let you know.
Thinking the Tsunami Commandos. Yeah.
How about the Beach Boys?
Not tower,
The Beach Boys.
not tower defense.
No, it's tower offense.
Tower offense.
Ah, tower at you.
How about offensive towers?
You need 2 towers, so you can plant one, get to the top of it, then chuck the other one, and just put a bridge across, and you can just hop towers across battlefields.
Jeez.
So, we gonna do anything, or we just gonna stare at my ripped bod with my scar tattoo?
Oh, what, was Stefan talking? I thought that was you
Sort of.
talking.
Oh, I got a new tattoo, actually.
Why don't we hit the bathhouse?
Yes, we can have one of those episodes.
Sorry, not my time.
So what now?
Well, now I must find quarters for my stay here. And I will await your report.
Alright. Okay. So you're able to arrange lodging with Larry. Your organization gives you a bit of a per diem for as far as inn stays and traveling expenses. Word, lighting this room is terrible. I mean,
It's pretty bad.
for one thing, whose bright idea was it to
Whose bright idea was it?
have one light bulb for the entire room? I'll never know.
Also the red.
A man who did
Yeah, that
not
one's
use
Mom's
LED.
fault, so she wants to fix that one. But yeah,
Not what
you know, maybe we would be better off just doing the podcast. The lights, that's such a problem. Anyway, so
I'm going to prepare my commandos to go out on another expedition tomorrow.
okay.
Remember the towers?
Hana!
I found the towers.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go search out that.
We found the towers, but I found the towers.
Oh, that's right. We should all go
I
to
rolled
the
really
towers
low.
first.
Yeah, that
But I
was
do want to, at some point, I want to check out the abandoned fort. We want to make a base there at some point.
Abandoned fort.
Okay.
Oh, those towers could also help us base.
Sorry.
You
Yeah,
guys
they're not
found
all magical.
you guys found the abandoned fort?
There's an abandoned fort a bit up in north.
What are we doing?
Not much.
We're adventuring.
Nothing. I just
Oh, we're on
milked
a
Stefan for
adventure
all the information he's worth.
By the way, we're no longer on the
Now
island.
he's useless.
We're not on the island?
So, yeah.
We're on a boat
I'm going
somewhere?
to use it. He's no longer useful for information,
We're setting out tomorrow.
but he's still a warm body.
Apparently, Captain
Need
Sue
somebody to
found
carry
some
bags.
towers
Somebody
off to
jumped in
the
front of me.
southeast.
Warlock,
Well, I'm in.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I need to hire a shield at some point.
You there, meet Shield.
Taking shield
How many days until
applications
Francis
today?
becomes Spider?
I would like to cast
Um,
Stefan as
how
my
many
reaction.
is it?
I
been
need
so
an
far?
orc, preferably a tall
I'm gonna
one.
say
I
it's
would
gotta
like
be
to
a
to
cover
create
it.
a character that's
Okay.
actually a meat shield. They're a self-healing cleric with a max con score.
They don't wear armor.
They literally just
Or
tank.
anything.
So,
Yes.
what the heck was my character name? Loxodon.
Oh yeah, seriously.
What was my name?
The elephant in the room.
Anyway,
I don't remember what his
Don't
name was.
rem- I don't know. It was
it meant
Elephant
elephant.
warrior?
Who's doing what now?
No.
it was like
Something.
Anesh or something like
Law
that.
Order Elephant was
Is it
his
still
name.
the same day?
Idris.
That's right.
No, not Idris. Idris is doing good. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm gonna burn the town down now.
Tomorrow we're setting out for the towers.
You can leave that to the peasants.
I mean, they have to do the work, but I mean, somebody has to tell them what to do.
using your position of privilege, you find a
I say.
you find a family
Excuse me, point of privilege.
who's currently grieving the loss of one of their sons, having recently the same day returned to town and returned to their mansion. But because you are a fellow nobleman, they are allowing you to stay with them as well. There is a young and recently quite wealthy Tom Holland, Keanu Reeves, and Michael Fassbender are also sadly aiding
Sad.
about
So
mansion.
It's perfect. They can tell you what to do. No, I'm kidding.
You have the retainers feature. Ha.
Surprised Tom Holland's still here.
He's trying to figure out what to do with his wealth.
What time of day is it?
I'm gonna say it's now getting to evening.
Well, I can leave my stuff here, the majority of it,
Yep.
I suppose, and then I think I'll go back to the sitting duck to see if I can find anybody else who's not quite as patronizing as this stupid soldier.
Did we all go back to the sitting duck, or are we still at the temple?
I'm heading back to the
Yeah.
sitting duck.
I'm going with you. I figured people would go
I
back.
mean, I would be back at the
And
sitting
probably
duck.
Skilled is heading back there too, I think. Is that what
Yeah,
you said?
Skilled's gonna be.
Put it like that.
She's been
I can
living
beg bread from however
quite a
I
bit,
wish.
kind of out in
He
the
likes
wild,
it.
but she's now more into the town.
He has no
as
Is
well.
she the
shoulder
bear
shape
lady?
anyway.
Yes.
It's just...
He's whatever I want him to be. Just cost me 10 gold pieces to change it.
Oh man.
It's a dex-based ranger.
So.
Now, if Howland were here, he would not sense a thing.
Skilled and Cestus are currently at the duck, but they're going to both retreat back to Cestus's house,
oh no,
where
people.
Got it.
Oh no, savages.
it's kind of where like the second group's hanging out a
I
lot.
wait to go back.
Why
I
does she
need
have
thugs.
pickaxes?
Hold on, I still need meat shields.
Because
I need more bodies.
If
Just
you
don't
want to
ask
throw
why.
them,
Yeah.
Don't
No
worry.
particular reason. I just need some bodies. I just.
A long time ago.
pickaxes are not versatile.
Excuse me.
Oh,
Don't know where they came from.
Because
Took
they're
all this
right.
road,
Must
you
be
know?
this,
Different
all this
accents.
fresh air.
They're what?
Not used
that's
to it.
X's.
Oh,
I
okay.
really go outside, you know.
She had a thing for her background where she had like a weapon from her family or something like that. I'm like, ah, cool. I'll abuse the crap out of that.
Got it.
Anyway, so
Family
Oh. Sue hasn't left the island yet. Is that what you said?
no, she's still on the island.
Does that mean
She's-
Idris is still on the island?
What?
Oh, Idris is gone.
Oh, cool.
Ha!
Bam! Later, suckers!
Doesn't even finish. He's just like, later.
Smell you later.
Sue is
Not a
currently
good
training for the pirate hunt. She's got some personal beef that needs to be settled.
Personal beef that needs to be put out to pasture.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Anyway.
yeah. So when you head to the dock, there is
The soldier
a bear.
and a bear.
There is a giant woman, and she's like. Stefan is there as well. There is the Catman from before, a full-blooded orc, but he seems to be wearing like monk's robes, and he seems to be very chill. And you get like,
Appears to be.
like, oh, that was the dude who earlier I was told not to lie to.
That's
There
one of
is
my
the
best
redheaded
things
elf
lying.
is there as well. Yeah.
stupid party got all split up. Now I don't know who's who anymore.
Wait, I'm there.
Savin's here.
You again.
I'm there.
Yes, me again.
Are you still looking to talk to us?
More like integrate, sort of. I
This
figured
is
more
New
people
Year?
would be here at nighttime. I suppose.
I don't think I've met you yet.
No.
What's your name?
Well, my name is Lady Inera Nilo, but I suppose you can just call me Lady Nilo.
Okay, Niles it is.
No.
That wasn't Savin.
Alright, Niles.
No, there's a lady before that.
Alright, Niles.
I just look at her and go, I don't care.
We'll call it an endearing nickname.
Sue is also
It's
pleasant.
not endearing.
Do you have any fighter class levels?
Are you useful? It's funny, but you don't know why.
I mean, you're required to tell me.
Am I?
Yes.
Yeah, that's his feature.
Yes, I have some.
How many?
A number.
I have
the
to
feature.
know.
There's 5 of them, yes.
You have 5 fighter class levels. Great.
Yeah. So far.
Alright.
For now. We'll see what happens.
Do you have Captain Seuss' character sheet?
Yeah, I have both.
Because that.
Do you want
Watch
it?
that pick.
Yeah.
Do you want all the stuff that comes with it?
Sure.
Because there's a bunch
Because
of junk
saying you
that
can't
comes
do
I'll
stuff like,
see what she
alignment.
will divvy back to the
I can
party
learn
and stuff.
Strength
If
score,
it's like
con
game
score,
notes,
dex
keep those,
score,
'cause
AC,
I have
current
those.
hit points, total class
Well,
levels, and
thanks.
fighter class levels.
This is her
So
stuff.
not like
Cool.
survival or stealth skills.
No. Only things relating to fighters.
Got it.
Oh, dead character. It's a dead being now. Stop staring at me. It's so strange.
Sorry, I'm putting my newly learned skill to use.
Well, stop.
Yeah. Very rude to stare.
It really is. What?
Are you
Are
in the
you at the
circle
temple
too?
too?
The duck.
Yes,
Yes.
because I had to be here to arrange rooms for myself.
And you are?
Very. Nobody that you should concern yourself with at this time.
Alright, Savin walks up.
Fascinating.
Who are these two?
This is Niles. She's joined the crew.
Nice.
No. Lady Nilo.
Right.
I
So
see.
Niles, two are friends.
And this is associate who's going to be helping us track down Captain Miranda.
Finally putting those pirates down, are we?
I thought that was a rhetorical question. Pirates are bad for business.
They make life interesting now.
No.
I
They all
prefer-
need to die.
Yes, but we don't serve lore here.
I
Sue's
prefer
just like,
predictable.
yes!
Sue's like,
It's finally happening!
yeah, they need to go down. And Seth is just standing in the back, and as talk of pirates is going,
He's fuming. You
just
can literally see steam coming out of his ears.
Pirates deserve
Once
to
the
die.
Storm hunters are put
Step
into-
in. Anyway.
Storm hunters, tsunami commandos.
My storm hunters. Storm.
The wet blankets.
Seven storm hunters. I
Seven
should say.
Storm Guard.
So, what is this party doing? And,
We're prepared to go to sleep.
besides
Tomorrow
that,
we're heading out to explore some ruins. We have an enemy who may be hiding there.
Wonderful.
How much can we tell them?
Well, if they're going to be, I mean, Niles here knows pretty much everything. Temple of Lore hired her. As for our friend,
Let's see.
other friend here,
Jury's out.
If you wish to alleviate any concerns, I can always draw up a contract.
might take you up on that later.
Does it bind to
Contracts
your
can be
soul?
binding. I would know.
I can imagine a fellow like you would take special care to uphold contracts.
Of course I
I mean, he is lawful evil after all. So
Emphasis on lawful.
the two of us are heading. The two of you are welcome to join us as we head out tomorrow.
Yes.
What's in it for me?
We're looking for a thief
Living.
who's stolen something quite powerful. And we have suspicions he's living in these towers. Possibly.
A thief? Then you might require me.
Oh, I'm definitely
I mean, you've joined the group who's going hunting him. You don't really have much of a choice there, Niles.
No. Also, you're staying here.
Also,
We're
how
sharing
much
the
do they
room.
know already?
No.
Yep.
She knows pretty
No,
much
That's
everything.
how the team
at
works.
least
You
as
can't
far
be
as
on
the
the team unless you don't stay
basic
at the desk.
quest
I'm not
details.
Well,
As
then
for
you can't
specific
work with us.
events,
Nope.
I don't know.
I have lodgings elsewhere, and that is where I'm staying. You cannot convince me otherwise.
Then I'm staying with you at them.
No?
No.
That's not how that works.
Well, Captain,
That's
do we
hilarious,
do
but
freelancers?
you don't know why. What?
Captain, do we do freelancers with this group?
Well,
Because I really, really think that we should stay together as a team.
you
I
know,
find that hardly fair. After all, I don't think that.
I'm sure, you know, if I'm sure it's a little hard on Larry for us all to be in the same place, but I'm sure he wouldn't mind if a few of us stayed in different places. Some of us are staying at Cestus's house and Captain Sue.
Okay. Sorry.
Ah!
I just wasn't sure who was talking and I was kind of confused.
I'm sure after, you know, the devil invasion and the Kraken killing, and, you know, if anyone wanted to stay in one of the higher established areas, wouldn't be much of a problem. You know,
I would like to roll perception
for
to see what Captain Sue's getting at. If she's just
insight.
Insight.
Like, insight. I'd like to roll
I
insight.
was Captain Sue.
Stab her in the back alleyway.
No. She's the only other person who really knows what class is.
Dang it, I rolled a 4.
You're kind of not picking up on what she's saying,
I
but you get the idea that Sue maybe has a plan.
okay. We will concede to that.
So, where shall we meet tomorrow before we go out? The temple, since most of
No.
the soldiers are there?
I'd prefer not to meet at the temple.
We can meet at the southern gate.
I think
I'll
we should meet at
collect.
the temple.
I like the gate.
We can meet at the southern
I like
gate.
the
I'll
gate.
collect people from the temple tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
Sue goes with you. And as
I'm sure Sam is okay with this, but
when you enter the Fiegling household,
Did she just like stealth after me, or
nah, she walked to the Fiegling household
what?
where Tom's like, oh, hello, Sue, and Keanu's there. Just kind of nods at her. Michael Fassbender is busy with other matters, like trying to figure out where the heck all these acids are going through him and how
He's
they're
the
collected.
only actual adult here.
Yeah, Keanu is helping Tom not have major panic attacks constantly.
Yes. And he's petting his dog.
All 20. There's just 40
All
mastiffs.
it's like, ooh, it's like a constant.
Don't ever take my dogs from me.
You do both get your own rooms though, because this is a mansion.
Not
obviously.
sharing. Thank you. Yay.
As the evening progresses, is there anything you guys want to do the rest of the evening?
Nope.
I
Give
don't
my
drink
report to
anything.
my employees.
Okay.
What? Same place of character.
What
Sue knocks on your door.
Um,
Not long before it seems to be a reasonable hour to go to bed.
who is it?
It's Sue.
You can come in, I suppose. This is so much fun.
You get to role play with your own
Just
character.
Right?
few things I just wanted to let you know. Some of our friends recently have undergone some stressful situations and left. Some weird situations and left. And on a matter that was totally not my fault, no matter what Torrin says.
Because she's right.
We did lose a member of our party recently, and feels like people coming in seem to be trying to replace the void he left in all of our hearts. And Torrin in
Or, you know, that
particular
class we
is
no longer have filled.
is a little
Stuffy?
I'm gonna say hurt.
Strict, uptight.
But I can tell you one thing with business relations. I came from a similar position.
Exactly.
And,
Apples and oranges.
apples and oranges, you know. I had an empire, but that's beside the
I
point.
come from a different plane of existence.
So, when you have people working for you, be yourself. That's fine. When you're working directly with people, make sure they like you. I don't want to be the only one watching your back.
I'm going to consider that for a moment. And then smile. Yes, I will do my best to make friends with the rest of this party.
Alright, cheers. She holds up a bottle and goes back to her room.
That too!
No, clearly it's a whole keg.
No, just the
No,
bottle.
that's what she,
See.
that's what she brought with
Out
her
of nowhere.
upstairs.
It's that like video game where it's like dunk.
Dunk. Dunk. Okay, anyway.
Humans and rock.
You all have a long rest.
Long rest.
Oh yeah, I get
Because
it all
I really
messed up.
needed that.
Yeah, I was missing so many hit points.
And you guys meet.
I really have 300 hit points.
I know
I
why it
forgot
feels like a
what
weird
that
trauma. We haven't killed anything.
I
that can
nominate
be
Stefan.
Killing people would make everybody feel better, I'm sure. I suppose we start with somebody not in the party.
So
Like
you guys
Stefan.
meet at the
Technically, he's not in the
at the front
party
gate.
yet, so
at
Right,
the, at the
right.
southern gate.
I'm a freelancer.
The mouse.
And you're heading towards the 7 towers.
Yes.
The Saffin Towers?
Yeah.
Oi!
You know, I used to live in those back in the day. You know, when the sea level was higher. Wonderful place.
So, gosh darn global cooling. Make those ice caps, shrinking our oceans. Anyway, you guys,
Hunters head out.
over the course
Really
of
settling
quite a
on-
while,
But that's just the same for the pirate hunters.
make your ways.
The rest of us are still Sylph Ragnarok. These are the storm hunters.
You guys make your way towards the towers,
Prime
taking a comfortable pace. You get there just a bit before noon.
Why are we walking?
Because everyone else is walking.
Alright, Francis, drop and give me 300!
Just randomly. And keep up, by the way. So he's like
300
popping.
I don't think I want to be late.
Wrong.
I don't have 300 gold pieces on me today, sorry.
You don't? What are you, poor?
Are we breaking for, or are we not breaking?
I don't know.
You said we're walking comfortable pace, and so I wasn't sure.
It's a comfortable pace, and then you reach the area of
we
the
reached
7
the
towers.
Yeah, got it.
All the towers are a mile or two apart each.
Are they like linear or like is there a specific pattern to them or is
There seems to be no rhyme or reason to these towers.
Got it.
I remember this.
So it's like, I don't
You
know
just
what
kinda
kind of
pick
fever
one.
dream the architects were
How many
on.
of us are there? 'Cause there's
How many players are there right at the moment?
5 players.
Okay.
I have 2 characters active.
So 6
Stefan.
players.
I have
Skilled,
3 people.
Cestus,
And a bear.
Brawley, the
My
bear,
party is too
and
big.
Sue.
No, it's perfect. We can split the party.
Yes!
No!
1 group to each tower.
I like it.
No, that's a horrible idea.
That is a
I'm like
really-
the tankiest person.
You would.
I'm the cleric.
I really think. Let's have the tanks go one way, the glass cannons go the other way.
I'm
It will be
conflicted.
He'll send the rogue by himself.
Yes! Nothing bad will happen.
I'm going to walk straight down to the
How
middle.
many of us are there?
Okay, I'm gonna read out NPCs and then list around. So Stefan, Skilled, with Morstrin, Cestus, Brawley, Catherine.
Catherine Sue.
Yes.
And then there's
6
5 of
plus
us.
5.
It's
11.
If we don't count the bear.
See, we can do it. We can do
There's
5
10.
and 5 and the rogue down the middle.
No, because the bear doesn't count as a person because the bear comes as the ranger, so it is technically 5 and 5. Alright.
No, you can't. Your 10's not really divisible by 7.
What?
I
What
say we
about
s-
Bertram? Bertram has his own initiative.
I mean, the bear does too, but.
That means
Yeah.
we technically have 12 people.
That's almost 2 to a
That's
tower.
almost enough for 2.
We just
Not doing 2 to a tower.
Alright, me and
Bertram.
Bertram have
Alright,
this
right,
tower.
we'll do one to a tower.
I'll go by myself.
No.
I'll go by myself. I like this plan.
We're
I
splitting
love
down
this
the
plan. Are you kidding me?
Splitting down the middle.
I said we say
Should we elect team captain?
We
I
should
said
put
it
all
already
in
in
the
the
all
I want to be captain! I want to be captain!
I said that Torin
You
and
are the
I
captain
decide
now.
which tower
I
looks
am
just
the
the
captain now.
skankiest, send these two to that one, and then we go to the ones that look okay.
I'm not touching the dirty tower.
Do it.
I'm
not gonna
taking.
happen.
Sometimes.
I'm
duels
taking
require
Francis.
Oh, we also.
Oh, yeah,
team
Francis.
captains.
Yeah, I'm taking. Oh, do we not count
We
Francis?
didn't
I
count
forgot to
Francis.
count
That
Francis.
means there are 13,
There's 13.
beings, 11
14,
people.
including
That's
Bertram.
technically 2 for a tower, but that's a horrible idea.
Do it. Francis and Bertram can go on their own.
No, obviously Bertram and Morster would go by. Obviously.
Yes.
I mean, I'm for this.
No.
Okay, so
What
it's
could go wrong?
Nothing.
so there's
It's not like they're gonna try to
Do we
beat
actually,
11.
do we actually want to
you could
optimize
beat
our
Bertram
teams
'cause you
or
just
do it
poof out
as
of existence
people
and you
would,
He's
not
like, nope,
players?
can't get me. Can't get me.
well, I need to take the Storm Hunters. And I'm taking Nils too. Niles, not Nils. Niles.
Who?
So that's 1, 2, 3,
Lady
4.
Nile.
And I'm taking Niles too with my group.
Who?
You.
I'm sorry, I'm not gonna respond to that anymore.
I don't care. You're coming with us. And if not, you can stay right here.
Come on, Niles, you can come with me.
Dang it, that was my plan.
Or we could just all go together one by one.
That sounds like a waste of time.
We can cover more ground if we split up into 2 teams.
We cover more ground.
Do you
We
still
split
have-
up into individuals.
Do you still have the sending stone?
We can split into 4 teams.
Yes,
Then 2 teams would be best. I guess that means I'm team captain.
that's true. You have a Sailor Sending Stone.
I'm with you.
Blue power, unite.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be going with him then?
Come with the blue people.
I
We're
am-
the blue man group. Where's Anton? I need Anton.
Anton, join the party.
What's in your group again? What do you have? All of those
Storm
you
Hunters.
Who? Not what. They're people.
So what? Is you
No,
got
they're
Stefan?
what?
Is that
Yeah,
Stefan?
7.
So you have
Are
Stefan.
you racist against blue people?
Actually, I want to go with the meatheads.
I'm going with the other fighters, thank you.
Okay. So I
So
have
this is just the
Stefan,
blue people
Francis,
by
and more.
themselves.
Look
And
at all these bodies I
Skill.
could have in between me and danger.
Okay.
As you do.
That leaves Brawley,
Brawley, Cestus, and Catherine.
Oh.
Sue.
Let's take Sue.
I'm guessing Sue wouldn't go with Torin.
No.
So we
Yeah.
get her.
So
Okay.
Sue was with Savin's team last time, so that's where she's
Girl
going.
power.
that makes sense.
We
I
have
guess
girl
we
power
should probably
and blue
just
power.
split the teams
This is
as we
great.
had last time.
4 of you?
We got a
I
monk and a
hate
monk.
advantage.
I think we had them last time as well, so might as well.
No, wait.
She's
There's
tall
4 of
and
us
she
plus
has
you, so that's
platform
5.
moves.
Because
Yeah,
last time it
so
was
it's going to
Sue,
5 and 5.
myself,
Lady.
and 2 monks.
I hate
Yes.
Okay, well, just
So
know
we'll just keep them the same.
Fine.
You have the.
We just have
Francis,
Well,
you said he's
He's
guard,
5'7".
not soldier.
He's
Yes.
guard.
I made her my height on purpose. Like,
Nice.
and she wears
We'll take
very
Sue.
little.
He's weak. He's weak. Alright.
Hey, if you
She's
train
a
him up to be
brother,
a
so
soldier.
I'm assuming you would like to play Captain Sue.
Ah, I
get
have to
into
be in 2
combat?
different parties? What?
Wait, I thought you and Stu were going with 7.
No! I was going with the other fighters.
Okay.
It's you guys.
So Niles is coming with.
In that case, I'll
Sword
I'll
hunters.
play Sue
Lady
from the
Nyla
party,
is
so I
going
don't
with
have to-
you.
So she doesn't have to. Or is she? She's here. Okay.
So I guess I get the monks.
I
haven't played monks in so long.
So who's our party? I can play somebody else in our party too.
You got it. You can pick one of 2 monks. You get Brawley McPunchalot
Brawley's
or
fun.
Cestus.
Pick Brawley.
I have more of a history of Cestus, but I like brawling more.
Okay, you can have Brawley.
Would you
Did
like
you
to
want
play
one?
either
No, I
skilled or.
don't care. They're both monks. They'll play the same.
I know. Like if you want brawl.
I'd say you could
I'm
play
not
Stefan,
doing
but
the
you'd probably
voice,
get him
I can't.
killed on purpose.
No, I would
I
actually
like
rather
to
play
see Brawley
Stefan,
for
but
combat.
every time I make a paladin, it's for a one shot, and we never get to actually do it.
It's probably
play
like
them.
Brawley says something Scottish and punchy.
And also, I have my yellow dice, so
Oh.
Well, there you go.
holy
Alright.
or
So
monetary.
there are,
depending on how you roll.
the way you guys are heading. There's it seems to be there are 4 towers, kind of an arc off to your right, and then there's 3 towers an angle to your left.
Let's take the 4. We have
I
lots
mean-
of people.
If
Yeah,
you
we'll
guys
take
have
the
the
four.
larger group, you take.
We'll take the 4.
Okay, so we Blue Man group is going left, and we have
Adventures always go left.
we have
Storm Hunters
Storm
with-
Hunters heading right.
Outside help.
Yeah.
With
All
2
right.
posh people. 2 useless people. Ha,
Kelton
that's what you
and
think.
Micah both roll a
I know
d20.
you
Don't add
that
anything to
badly
it.
scared because I don't know what they are yet. And Dickie's being a
11.
jerk.
2.
She's
All right,
like,
we'll go with you guys first.
No.
So Storm Hunters,
Change.
you guys go to the first tower. It's seems to be about 60-ish feet tall. Crumbling stone in some areas. Appears to have been one of the walls was battered during a war at some point.
Might take a minute to look at the tower and know its current hit points.
Armor class?
It's not a creature.
Fair. Okay. Is the door
Yet.
open? Is there a door?
There is a door. The door is barred.
Door is
There's a
barred.
giant hole in the wall next to it, though.
Okay. I'd like to make a perception check
You should have said
inside
that
the
back,
tower.
so you could have them struggle with the
Okay.
door right next to the hole.
Catherine is going to check for traps as you do that.
That is a natural 20.
All right. And Catherine's. Oh, that's a 25. As you're looking in,
Do you have your character?
the
Where's that?
bottom floor here
Stuff.
appears to have long time ago. Seems that there was a battering ram that burst the wall in, and then a salvo of fireballs that just obliterated everything in the middle here. That seems to be decades old, and now it seems to have some campers seem to have come in and out, have used this as a location, but given the structural iffiness of this area, not a lot of people seem to have been on this layer. You dig around, you look around, there's no trap doors going under the layer. It seems to be just the top layer. However, you do find roll a percentile.
Oh no!
6 manticores.
Yes.
53.
50.
No chance to know that's what our group is gonna get,
Yeah.
because we're the smaller group with none of the tanks.
Haha. Suckers.
Shouldn't have been mean to us.
Racist.
It's racist.
You guys, you're like, we're blue people. We want blue people.
Blue people.
Only blue.
Blue power.
Just roll 2d6s.
You find
Gary.
2d6 ancient red
30
dragons.
gold
The gold
and roll one more percentile.
93.
93. You find a spell scroll.
Ooh.
Who? Much want?
Would you happen to know identify?
No.
Might be able to tell us what this is.
Perhaps after a short rest.
Learns the spell.
Alright.
That's not how warlocks work.
How many of us are there?
That's a wizard thing.
Catherine. The dude who has
Silas.
Bertram. Silas.
Skilled.
Skilled. Stefan. You.
Francis.
Francis.
Okay.
6.
So I'd like to divide the
Fucking Francis.
gold among us evenly.
Never remember.
I
when
thought
it's
so we
you
each
growing
get
went
5.
with our group.
Yes.
Right,
We're
Sue,
just
right,
going
Sue
to-
went with them.
So you went with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So she
Just
wasn't
5
checking for
of us.
traps.
Okay.
Luckily for you, there were no traps.
I thought the point was you don't want to play a person in both parties. Whatever.
Right. So we each get 6 gold pieces.
Hey.
Thanks.
Here.
I'm gonna take this one
Take it.
because it's pink and shiny. That's what I want.
But if you want an eraser, that won't work.
It's fine.
I have an
It's
eraser.
like barely there.
There is a ladder to a second story, though.
Does it look sturdy?
It looks. Don't put everyone on it at once.
Yeah.
Everyone climb up it at once.
Does it lead into a trapdoor or is it open?
There is like a trapdoor to the second layer that is closed at the moment.
Okay. I would like to climb up and peek through sneakily.
Okay, roll a stealth check.
Nope.
Is that,
Nope.
Is that not one?
Yep.
So you climb up, and then you kind of start to open, and you hear very old Rusty instantly squeak loud, like, all right, screw it. You just throw it open and leap in. Nothing.
What do you see?
He leaps in, and the floorboards break out from under him. Whoa! What?
Nothing up here.
What's a nothing? No, I'm kidding.
Is there another way going up?
Yes, there is one more floor.
What is nothing, Micah?
One more floor that you can see.
Okay. You said there's nothing in this room?
Roll investigation.
Okay.
What happened?
There's
Ooh.
dust.
That is a 17.
You do find some, like, old, musty, bedrolls. Someone had attempted camping up on the Slayer before. You see there are some,
But the bedrolls are still here.
yes, they're here, but they're very old, musty, abandoned. So it seems like whoever left them here left them in a hurry, and it appears to be old.
So,
All
okay.
right,
older than
he's
you.
stepping to the top of the tower and then
Why?
because he's Stefan.
See what else is in there. There's a broken table as well, and it seems to be a charred area near the center. The floorboards don't seem to be sturdy there. Presumably, when all those fireballs went in,
Yeah.
sort of burned a bit of that area.
Fun thing about fire is it
Did you
explodes.
find anything else?
Nothing yet. I'm going up to look at the next level. Would you like to come with?
I suppose so.
Alright. We'll get people up one at a time. And I'd like to peek into the next
Shouldn't we
floor.
leave somebody down at the first floor?
Stefan looks at
You
the
can
ladders.
stay.
Yeah, Stefan can stay
I'll
down.
stay. And he gets his shield
Oh,
ready
good.
by the gap in the wall.
It's peeking up into the next room.
Investigation.
It's in that one again!
You look around, and this seems to be like
Oh
an
my
alchemy
God.
center.
Magic sorcerer.
There's an intact
Thank you.
mixing table, broken mortar and pestle, but the table itself is intact. As you begin stepping forward, you hear a. I need to make a dex save.
Okay.
Oof.
Am I going to be subjected to a harmful effect?
Gravity.
I don't think your shield.
Yeah,
protects
Shield
you.
Master doesn't work with that. A dex save. That is a. Oh, I'm proficient. No, wait, no, I'm not. 16.
16. As soon as you hear the crack, you kind of like pull your foot out as it punched through a rotten floorboard. And you take a step back, and you make note that floor here, not so good.
Okay. So probably don't have anyone else come up here.
Great job, Fancy Feet.
Alright. So just the alchemy stuff?
Just broken alchemy stuff. The table's intact though.
Wait, I have a spell scroll now. I should write that down.
Mm-hmm.
Second level.
Does anyone here know anything about alchemy?
Not particularly. More into the stabby, less the...
Silas?
What?
Do you happen to know anything about alchemy?
Haven't the foggiest.
Alright. Is this the highest floor?
Appears to
yeah,
be
it's the
another one.
alchemy lab. Of course, it's the highest floor.
Every floor you up, you can only like tell from there.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
It's the method.
I would love to go up to the next level if there's one.
I'd love to level up.
Same.
Warn people about the weak floor so they can come up if they want to, but I'm gonna go peek at the next level and not roll on that one this time.
Are you
Okay.
sure about that?
That is a total 20 on stealth.
So 20. You slowly and relatively quietly as well.
Not that it matters at this point.
Open up a
considering
little,
the
peek
racket.
through. You don't see any people, any life signs. You do see, looking up, the
Undead
next floor, which there is one. That's a hole. That's a big hole in the floor.
Okay. Is there appear to be another floor above that?
Appears to be a roof above that.
Okay. So everything, nothing else in this tower?
Nope.
Alright, head back
I
down.
feel like if
This
the
was
thief
a
had been here, he would have taken the gold with him.
Use of
Hmm?
I said, I feel like if the thief had been here, he would have taken the gold with him. We probably should have led into that.
Well,
Next
there
tower.
could always be other stuff in the tower.
This is true.
Stefan looks. Well, it is an old trick to hide treasure where if people find it, they think that's it. Have the good stuff somewhere else.
Be wiser to hide your treasure in somebody else's vaults.
Tell them, you know, you could do search each tower. You walk in, put your tower down on the bottom floor in the middle, and just expand, contract. Nope, no blue man remains. Next tower.
Okay, Blue Man Group.
Alright.
Oh yes, we are on the first tower.
So, you see a tower. This one seems to be about 40 feet tall. In decent condition.
So like 4 stories.
Yeah, but 4 stories.
I'd throw it, but I really don't.
Sue looks at this one because she's in this party. I got that confused.
Do you want me to be Sue at this party?
I thought you said you didn't want to.
I can. Ouch!
Focus on one character at a time. How about that?
Yeah, it's probably. Ow! My ears.
Alright,
She looks at. All right. Well, I can check this door.
sounds good.
You
What
already
kind of
checked the
is she
door.
doing like a skill check?
Yes.
I'd like to use guidance.
Alright.
She can add a D4 if she wants to.
Hey, you using
Awesome.
guidance.
She's going to use that. Awesome.
I know, I don't actually
Frigate
use
never
it.
left.
Potato man.
Right, how does this work? I haven't used this in so long.
What, a D4?
You've been using D4 and so long.
Oh, rogue stuff.
Yes.
God, you could just use normal stuff.
What are you doing?
Yeah, well, because Thieves' Tools, because I didn't write stuff down for that.
Nope.
That is a 13,
Primarily not happening.
because I rolled terribly, but I rolled great with my D4, and
Nice.
and yeah. So, it takes a while. She is able to pick the lock. It was locked.
I'm like whispering in her ear.
You can do it. I believe in you. You're the best.
You missed a spot. No, take it that way.
Not,
No backseat lockpicking!
not how big.
And then she eventually opens up, and then
I hope
enters the
like
door.
you.
How dark is it?
It's kind of dark in here.
Do you need dark vision to see?
It certainly would help.
Oh, good.
I don't have dark vision anymore.
I do.
Sue doesn't have dark vision either.
Well,
I forge ahead.
I'd like to carefully walk in.
I think Bertram has
Sue is going to light up her candle.
That is handy.
I have a glow thing.
She has the glowing ring that
I have a
Idris
glow
gave her.
ring.
Oh,
Idris
right.
gave her a ring.
Idris gave me presents. It was very
Right,
nice.
the glow ring and the crab eye.
I'm gonna track him down.
What?
What?
She activates her glow ring.
Yes, that thing. I have my glow stick.
Hold on, let me just turn my Apple Watch on real
Light
quick.
the way.
Enters in.
Cool. I'm walking in
Don't
carefully.
go into the light, Seven.
Okay.
I think Sam's dealt with English before.
Hannah,
Yeah,
you're in this group.
I know. I was trying to do things and people kept talking over.
Well, what do you want to do?
I walked in, and I walked in first because I have dark vision.
Great, you do that.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Look around!
Make a perception check.
Savin also.
I was trying to lead up to that, but you were all talking about glow rings and lighting things, so you didn't give me an opening to do that. and I-
8 for perception.
It's a dark room.
It's a dark room.
It seems to be picked over and looted maybe already.
Perception, is that what I rolled?
Yes.
Yeah.
19!
19.
That's much better.
This room has been ransacked a while ago. There's some broken shelves. There is a ladder to another floor though.
Well, it doesn't look like there's much here. Guess we should check upstairs just to be sure. I run for the ladder and scoot up.
Alright. Okay.
I can imagine you just like grab onto it and just kind of.
Kinda, yeah.
You head up there.
When people slide down ladders but going up,
Yeah.
it's like,
You see there are some bookshelves rounded to match the walls.
Cool.
Some of them old, battered. Some of the books seem to be old,
Oh, there's books
disintegrated.
on them.
There are some books. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
I'd love to make an investigation check just to see if there's anything remotely interesting. That was a nat 1.
There is nothing
Savin
interesting.
comes up and would like to investigate as well.
Alright.
Because why not? And leave
Meanwhile,
guidance
it's the Legion of
again,
Doom.
because guidance is handy.
Meanwhile, back in hell.
That is
Nobody's there right now. We go back and
That is an
no
8
total.
again.
People keep coming.
Catherine's gonna need an investigation check.
She can do
I
that.
can make one for Cestus too.
Wow.
Why not? Let's do one for.
That's an
Cestus
extra one.
has a -2.
What?
Why not? We're doing one for Cestus,
Yay!
and I'll give guidance to him.
You guys are a bunch of doorknobs.
Brawley has a -1.
It's funny. I didn't even open the door.
That's a 10 for Cestus.
Okay.
Hey, you guys
Is
suck.
Brawley doing this, Hannah?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the thief is standing in
I'm
the
giving
corner
him
just
guidance.
watching them.
So you can roll a d4 as well.
Notice me.
He got a 6. Brawley
Cestus
playing
looks at
with,
the books, picks one up, kind of crumbles and says like, "Oh,
Brawley's still on the
All the
first
good ones
floor
have been taken
playing with
already.
like yarn in the corner.
I guess whoever looted this just left the crumbling ones behind."
Oh, Cestus,
Cestus likes his books like he likes his brownies. Crumbly.
Savin would like
Crumbly
to
and
carefully go up to the next level.
Okay.
You know, he's probably gonna stealth with that too,
All right.
and I'm gonna guide
Wait,
myself.
what?
Oh! Ah! That is a 22
All right.
to stealth up.
Still
Slowly,
don't
quietly climb the next ladder to you. Slowly open up the
strategy while
um,
we're off doing
level.
their thing.
This level has some arrow slits allowing some more light in. The other arrows are
That's
going to warm it
true,
up.
yeah.
And also can see
So
better.
as you go up,
Yeah, you should probably go in and
you
look
see that
first.
there is this appears to have been some type of like barricaded prison or keep area. There's an iron cage in the middle of the room.
Nice. Is there anything in the iron cage?
Iron.
Make an investigation check.
And then
Stone
guidance.
statue of a triton.
What did you say it was?
Investigation.
Okay, that's 5.
It's
Okay.
iron. If there's iron in that iron cage,
You know your missing uncle, like from weeks ago? He's not around here. I don't know why I brought that up. But I'm kidding.
I'm also going to go up there and
Cool.
Check the cage.
Sue's going to investigate. Grab out of this because she's a little paranoid at the moment. I'm rolling terribly tonight. because
Would you
of
like
all-
some guidance?
10 in investigation.
Cool.
I would like some combat encounters, please.
She rolled a. Oh, sweet, 14.
I would like to attack the other party.
There appears to be
Climb up on the towers and we shoot each other.
a human skeleton
There's a human skeleton.
inside, and there's a few old rusted orcish weapons around it. It appears that this tower was
You mean
human
the
built
other
during the
party?
retaking, but was taken over by orcs.
Well, this is not good.
Next level.
Did
More
you
stealth.
miss the human skeleton?
Yes.
Well, there's one in this cage.
Sweet. That is a 23 to stealth up to the next level.
So you can sneak, but you can't look.
You
Like,
can
why
quietly
sneak
You can
it
hide,
has
but
to
he can't
sneak
see.
your way up into this top
You
part.
can't see.
This area seems to be like a watchtower area, so it's like more like half wall
Is
around
it the
you.
last level?
This is the last level.
Okay.
Appears to be. I need to look at the thing.
Do you have each of these towers individually designed, or are you just flying by the seat of your pants?
Some of them have been designed, and
It's
some of
pulling
them
out the
are
monster manual, so
player's handbook.
oh, same thing.
Yes, if you only have a few of the. All right.
Yes, some players are monsters.
Depends on
And some monsters are players.
Yep.
Like you who wants to play a knoll.
I do want to play an old. I think it would be a lot of fun to
That'd be
play an
fun.
old.
Probably one of my favorite online D&D stories is about the party that didn't know until one of their party members was killed, but not that the party member was actually an enchanted sword. And so the
Alright.
person they thought they were interacting with the whole time was just this like random
okay.
patsy that was wielding the character.
Is anybody else heading up to the top?
Some
Doesn't
sort of
sound like it.
bearing
Okay.
gun.
I need you to make a dex save.
Ah! But I was so stealthy. I'm gonna use guidance
Yes, you
on
stealthily
myself. Oh,
fell
wait, no, it's
through-
just a dex save, isn't
You
it?
stealth
Stealthily.
resistance is what
A
you're thinking.
3.
That's a lot of damage.
Wow.
You
Come count.
stealthily fall through the floor.
8. There's 5 of these.
Oh.
8.
1. So
One.
that's 17
1.
at 18.
You're gonna die.
21.
21.
You take 21 points of acid damage.
Ah!
From what?
An explosive glyph of warding as you entered the watchtower, and you were not one of the allied faction.
That's a... Well done, sir.
Well done.
That
Bravo.
can happen.
You're losing a fight to a tower, son.
Well,
So
Torin!
Krakens have lost fights to towers.
Am I? I'm
He's in
still
good
up and I
company.
can still see him.
you
though,
still up there. You still
Towards
see.
towers, are super
But there is
effective
a
against everything.
a rune that was invisible. Something flashes,
always
and
crit.
then a greenish, bubbly liquid
They have like a
explodes
30%
out, coats your
chance
body,
to
and it's burning into your flesh.
What's in the room?
Probably 5
While,
There's-
while I'm seeing this and being covered in acid.
There is some very old,
Hmm?
decades old arrows,
And
Cannot
play here.
play here.
rotting leather quiver,
He's interesting.
and some bows and strings have long since snapped, and the wood is warped.
What did you say? There was something in the middle that flashed.
And
Yeah, that was
large
the rune.
Got it.
Yeah, I almost definitely.
Do those things go
I don't
off
play
again,
that
or is
often
it only
just
once?
because
It
it's
la-
down there, I don't have the time.
After
to
cast, it lasts until
use it
dispelled
properly.
or
Yeah.
exploded. So,
I feel like I probably
So
won't
I
watch
should
that.
stay in there.
I do like all of his.
Yeah.
It's just an empty.
Except for his
I guess
special
Adam Pike can
moves.
just
I
sit
don't
here
have
forever.
time
He's gonna pull his head back down and say, "There's nothing there
Got it.
that wants to be found."
you alright there, buddy?
I had a chance to play as
I'm
a
also
one
gonna heal
person, I
myself.
feel like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually,
Actually,
no.
no character I'd like to play.
Self care is important.
I'm not going to heal myself
For
yet.
lack, for
Okay.
use.
So you guys head down.
I
and
guess
start
we
heading to
head
the next
down
tower.
and start heading to the next tower.
Okay, this is the wrong book.
Meanwhile, in our universe.
So,
Actually, I might want to heal myself. That's probably a good idea.
Ah, you're fine.
Nah.
Are you below half?
Not
storm
quite.
hunters or whatever
Oh, hey,
you call
we
yourself.
split up healers too. That's nice.
Oh, did we?
Yep, me and
Oh.
Stefan, you have you.
Cool.
So you get to the next
We
tower.
also split up people who can pick locks.
We would like to send Bertram in to investigate.
Okay.
If there's some
There's
use of
arrow
ingress.
slits.
Yay, Bertram. Put my hand on your shoulder. 'Cause I'm not going to see or hear anything for a little while.
Alright.
Bertram has blind sight.
I'd like to take the Overwatch action.
Bertram flies up and as he starts trying to fit his way through the first floor of arrow slits. They seem to be boarded up, so he flies up to the second layer and enters into there.
Alright. Get Bertram.
Starts looking around. This particular one. This particular one seems to be in pretty good condition.
That's good.
And
Good for you, Bertram.
as he's just looking through, there's actually a rug on the floor.
Rug
Old,
of smothering.
weathered,
of
muddy
weathering?
green prints. Uh, there's also a table, many old knife marks on it, and
I'm describing all this.
Oh, okay.
Bertram sees it.
appears to have also a bit of an ant problem in this area. It seems to be where somebody was very sloppy in preparing food, perhaps, and now there's ants.
Ants gets Overwatch just like a teenager.
That would have been recently, though.
Somewhat recently, yeah. So, does Bertram want to head up or down?
Go down first and then go up.
Okay, there's actually this tower is much wider than the other towers you've seen so far. This actually has a chimney type of fireplace system built into it. So he starts going down the flue of the chimney. It goes into the very dark. Does he have dark vision of any
He has
kind?
blind sight. He's
Oh.
better.
Fine. Heads under
Therefore, by extension, I have blind sight.
into the area, and the door isn't locked. There is a carpet kind of on the other side of the door, perhaps to wipe his boots off or whatever.
So we go into heat.
And there seems to be a bow, quiver, some arrows off to one side, and a backpack placed on the ground as well. Door looks locked. I guess once explored in here.
Someone's here.
Alright, well then we'll go by guess. There's no reason to. I mean, Bertram's a back. We can't like really investigate a whole
Okay.
lot.
I would like to go into the tower.
I swear, if it's Rowan again.
He said boot prints. There's two
Rowan's
boots.
just like,
Rose
Not
is
peg
like,
leg.
I
Guys!
remember when I had 2 legs.
Guys, stop it!
Follow me.
it's just the running thing. Every time we find a random tower and just knock the door down, Rowan steps
Rowan.
out and is
Rowan.
like, guys.
If it's a glyph of warding of a major image or something like that, it's always just Rowan.
Rowan's the new AI here. He just goes from tower to tower.
Okay, so
Rowan has
he heads
ways
back
if you
up the
have
flue.
coin.
Ends up going. There's also a much flatter tower as well, with higher ceilings as well. This seems like maybe have been a command center of some kind. So he
Fancier.
goes up to the
Fancy.
3rd floor. I want Bertram to make a stealth check.
Bertram, I believe in you.
Isn't he a bat?
Yes. 19.
So even
19.
if he was seen,
Okay.
I probably wouldn't be thought that much of.
Maybe.
As he heads up, there is a
Another one.
youngish man, half orc.
Oh, I thought you were going to say half up for a second.
Like
It is Rowan!
and he seems to be in the process of looking into a smallish cracked mirror.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
And he's got sort of like a grayish complexion. More gray than half orcs tend to be. They're generally more of a greenish gray, and he's much more on the gray end.
That's racist.
He also has these kind of bright orc eyes can range from like a brownish to a reddish, and his eyes are more on the red side as well. He's looking in the mirror, he's kind of examining his own face. He's
He's a weird orc.
He's a work.
He's a work in progress.
I'll never find work with a face like this. Turns out, how do you get in here?
Don't mind me, I'm just a bat.
That's why you can speak through it.
Oh, do you actually say that?
Yes.
He flies out?
Yep.
Okay.
What did he say again?
Don't mind me, I'm just a bat.
No, the orc.
Said, what are you doing here?
Wait, can you guys hear all this?
I'm describing
He's
everything that
describing
happens. Except for when, through Bertram, I say, oh, don't worry, I'm just a bat.
Oh, never mind me, I'm just a bat.
Is he a vain orc? Is that what's going on?
This tower is inhabited.
The bat flies back down to you.
Good boy, Bertram.
And a few moments
Just dropped his
later,
fake.
you hear a voice from the other side of the door. So is someone out there?
Nobody here but us bats.
That's right, screw with his mind.
I'm going to slowly open the door. Please don't do anything stupid. And the door opens up. He's standing kind of far away. The quiver's not over his shoulder. He's
Start a
holding the
chorus
bow.
line.
So, hello.
Hello.
Greetings.
Good day.
The day.
We're here looking for a thief. A small blue fellow. He stole something from us.
Well, I haven't seen him in here, although I did recently lose my lunch. I assume wolves took it, but there's some other person living out here.
I have just a few
The
million.
ants just carried it away.
There's just a few million
For
little
Anton?
friends.
It's Ant-Man, guys!
Yes!
The whole universe is coming together.
What's your name?
Dang it, I had it written down.
So he's not looking at a character sheet.
Would you like to learn his AC and hit points?
I wrote it down.
Julie, could
You
you
know,
learn
you
enough?
could just ask him. How healthy are you, good sir? I like a scale of 1 to.
If I were to hit you, how easy would it be?
How much armor are you wearing?
What are you wearing? Who are you wearing?
There are people in the bodies.
My name is Julian.
Julian.
Yes, I was named from my mother's side.
I see. My name's Captain Stoneward.
First name Captain, last name.
So, you're looking for a thief around here?
Yes.
I'm also looking for something around here. I was told that, my father, used to own a keep around here back in the, war against the orcs in the area, retaking the island. Apparently, through some honors won there, he became a lord, and when I was born, I was part of that title. So,
I'm sorry, what is his name?
Julian.
No, the father.
Mother never told me that far. She said the birth certificate had all the information I needed, and then died
Promptly
before
burned
she
it.
could.
I was just gonna say, and then burned it.
And then died before she could tell me anything more. She was always uptight and secretive about my father. I don't know.
Uptight and secretive.
What? I didn't do anything.
Do you know something?
Did you have any siblings?
None that survived childhood.
I want to make a connection, but I think I might be wrong.
You're probably thinking what I'm thinking.
It's the guy, right?
It's Cestus.
No, it's not Cestus.
This is a
What guy?
Sean?
Forrester.
Dad?
No.
Yeah.
What
Is
do
the
you
son
think?
of-
I think
is
it
the
could be
father the
related.
human or
Could
the
be
orc?
related to Chakal and Nikki.
That would be
That's
news to me.
So not what I was thinking.
I mean, his dad is a half. Wait, his dad was an orc that was.
Wasn't Forrester a half orc though?
I was thinking of first turn.
Well, you
because
know, half
he's
orc
rich
and half orc is still a
Yeah,
half orc.
that could be his father.
That's what I'm
quarter orc.
thinking.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of because he's rich and I'm
But
staying
then
at his
would
house.
they also be a quarter human?
They'd be 3/4 human.
A half orc and a half orc.
No,
I
a
don't-
half orc and a half orc.
Is there
I
anything
guess,
you can
so
tell
they
us about
have
the rest of the towers
to
around
be
here?
diluted.
Well,
orc.
I know that many of them were constructed during
Just
the
get
retaking of
stupider as they
folklore.
keep invading.
You got like
My
two
father
quarter
was
orc
it was
pieces
the
and
human
two quarter
force
human
that
pieces.
invaded to retake. So my mother was one of the locals. She did say that
Actually,
he
the
stayed
half-orcs
to
have
be near
kids.
her, but
the one kid
I don't
like,
know.
almost
She
entirely
in her
from
final
the
hours
kids,
she
like,
was
totally
quite out of
orc.
it, and I don't know if she was spilling decades of secrets and truths that she never told me before that was just too painful to relive, or if she just wanted to send me on some quest to feel useful with my life. I don't know about any inhabitants in the area, drifters and adventurers who would come through here. I settled this one as a base of operations for the time being because it was the nicest. Don't step on that on that mat, by the way.
Ruggo smothering?
No. Pitfall though. But, so just,
See, thank you.
uh-huh.
You might want to be careful about the ants.
Yeah.
They might have been what stole your lunch.
Each one is a familiar
I
for
wouldn't
a
rather
wizard.
they stole the entire pie, but you know.
Cake is in that.
They're all
What did you say he was looking for
Every
again?
one of
An
them.
abandoned keep.
An abandoned
And
keep.
they're
That would be-
hungry.
That would be another really cool party. A party of druids that just goes about sneaking into people's houses as ants.
Druid rogues.
Woo!
Do you think the
Droves.
keep you're looking for is around here?
It's on the island somewhere. I was
Basically
checking in
drones.
this area near closer to the orc village where my mother was from. But a little more north and in the mountains, perhaps there's things around there.
Alright. Well, we'll keep our eyes out.
Well, thank you.
And if you haven't seen anything about a little blue man, we appreciate that.
I'll let you know.
We're staying in the Sitting Duck in Taryntown.
Most of us anyway.
All right. Well,
You haven't seen a high elf woman running around, have you?
a high elf woman. No, I haven't seen really anyone besides myself and some wildlife. I've also mostly been active during the day, so I'm not quite used to the adventuring lifestyle. My mother had me raised in the city as soon as possible. As something about a connection to her past being unpleasant.
paths can be that sometimes.
Oh, well, good luck. I'm going to go try to find my lunch.
Good luck to you too. And if you ever need any help, we'd be happy to assist you.
Alright.
Only if you paid.
Yes.
Who is this guy?
He's Julian. Didn't you hear?
I don't know, but we're gonna find out eventually if we keep following that.
His dad is an orc, or is his mom the orc?
Kill him and take his stuff. We'll find out everything.
So it's not like his dad was a human, his mother was the orc, yes?
Yes.
Okay. So his dad is not trust here.
It's the bold guy that one time.
Cestus.
No.
There wouldn't be Cestus at this point.
Cestus just lost his memory.
His brother is Francis.
Anyway, on to the next tower.
That was Tower 2 for you guys?
That
Yes.
was our second tower, yes.
Okay, okay.
That's 2 towers.
Over to the Blue Man Group.
2 towers.
It was a tale of 2 towers. I think we're
Yep.
good now.
Next
Okay.
one.
Let me just
You're
sit down
looking
and
over.
write this down.
We write this down for like a couple hundred pages.
I'll be back in a
This
minute.
is your...
Our friend
Second
named
tower.
This is your
Tolkien.
second tower of 3-ish towers. You can actually, if you look across, you're a little higher in elevation, you can actually see them going to their tower.
Can I see them talking to the person, or were they walking away?
No, that's on the far side of the tower. So then go
Okay.
towards the tower.
You can't see anything. Acid got in your eyes.
I'm fine now.
Are you?
Yes. I'm just hurt.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't sound fine though.
Fine.
Do you require healing?
If I do, I can do it myself. Thank you very much.
What, you don't want Stefan to do it?
I'm a clerk. Come on.
Clerk.
Clerk? I'm a clerk. Please.
I know how to file things.
Alright, next tower.
Alright.
How well
this is the
kept
one.
up does
I'm
it
a
look?
doctor clerk.
How well kept does this one look? It's
Not
Savage clerk.
slightly broken down. Appears to be missing a chunk from like the top floor, really. Also,
how much do you want to bet that Antonas isn't actually in the towers? He's actually in your fortress that you saw earlier. Anyways.
How much you want to bet that one of us has been replaced with Anton?
Which all of us have been replaced with Anton.
That's funny, but you don't know why.
this tower seems to be shorter, only about
Just a figment
30
of
feet
Gregory's
tall.
imagination.
We're all just part of Gregory's dream.
Is the door I give the door a push. Does it open easily?
The door.
I poke the door.
The door doesn't open at a poke.
Well, like I go to open it. I don't want to get hit by anything here. Sue is here. She can look for traps.
All right, she will check the door for traps.
You
That
just say
is
that 'cause you
an
suck at
18.
investigating.
She checks she checks the lock mechanism. The lock has long since been broken.
Okay.
The door is not trapped. It is barred.
Got it.
You said trap.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on.
So it's not gonna push open. It will pull open.
Or lift open. Or drag open.
Well, the next option, was to fold it.
Oh, yeah,
If only there was a goat who knew knock.
Let's see, what can I do?
If only.
Do there appear to be any other ways in on the first level?
Anyways, in on the
Other-
first level.
Other than the
No,
door.
No, they have any. They have some muscle.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, do they have any muscle with them?
There seems to
have
be
They have-
on the top
Brawly
layer.
and Cestus.
Oh yeah, they roll too.
Probably not muscle. He's
Unless you read dex.
If you can
That's
climb the
strength.
outside,
That's the strength.
since it feels like the whole roof area has caved off of it a long time ago,
If only they had a
if you could
Yeah.
climb up there,
handy little
you could probably climb
bat with
down
them.
through the floors. There are arrow slits that are too narrow to go through.
Clearly.
That's about it for this
Alan
layer.
will be happy to hear that Bertram is a celestial.
To get the door down. Or go another way.
Throw Brawly at it.
No, closest is added. He's higher strength.
That's true.
Alright, Cestus will have a try at breaking the door down.
Alright,
Nikki
Cestus
just-
is going to try to break the door down.
If only you had my portable ram.
Make an attack roll on the door.
Just a is that just
Punch it.
Add your punch modifier to.
my punch modifier? That is a 13. 8 plus 5.
The door's right in front of you, so you pushes into the door, and it kind of splinters a little bit.
Computer's not working.
It's gonna need a little bit more.
Does it give you that function? Punch.
That is an 18.
Up against a shadow.
You have
Should
shoulder the door and
different game.
hits the door again, and it kind of some dust kind of shakes out from the molding area, and the door kind of splinters back a little bit. Looks like another good force through it could probably.
And then Rowan opens the door and says, "Guys."
There we go.
Seriously?
That is a
Stop.
24.
All right, seeing how it is,
Headbutt.
he takes a step back, goes forward, and then just as a flying kick, kicks the door off its hinges.
Nice.
Um,
I'm guessing it's also kind of dark in there.
No, it's lighter in here. The arrow slits aren't blocked off on this one.
Got it.
So there's light. The roof or the floor above seems to be steady floor. It doesn't look burned out or like it's gonna cave in any moment.
What about the room itself? What's in there?
Make-
What can I see without poking my head in?
Yeah,
Like
okay.
all the way in.
Cool. Make an investigation check. I'm gonna consider that you're not walking
I'm
around.
gonna use
Perception then.
guidance, 'cause
Sorry.
I need it.
Perception.
Perception.
Yeah. Because you're not like reeking around in there.
That is better than investigation, actually. That puts me at 19.
19. Looking around, there appears to be old, sun-worn carpet in here.
Okay. Nice tower.
Worn, broken down table. This whole tower is similar to the one we saw across the way. Another large command post. It's like about 60 feet across. This seems to perhaps have maybe been barracks at one point.
Got it.
So anyone who had to would try to invade the tower would have to fight their way through all the people right there in order to get anywhere else. Some broken beds, burnt bedrolls. That's about all you can tell from just where you're standing.
Got it. I guess to next level, unless other characters are going to make perception checks.
Being that you seem to do a really good perception check, I'm not gonna bother and just head upstairs.
Okay, so you guys are heading directly up the stairs, and there actually are stairs. For this
Oh,
one,
there's
not a lot.
stairs this time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Either way, how long roughly did it take us to get from the first tower to the second?
I'm gonna look
Time-wise.
that up. Do.
That game is launched Jason and Brawley.
Oh, and
Or rather, better question. I would like to calculate how long it would take to get from this tower to the next.
this tower to the next tower.
What?
Just like look
Having
out the
fun
arrow
there.
slit real quick
Yes.
for the next one as I'm going up the stairs.
You almost made it. You overshot it. Just a
Half hour, 45 minutes.
I'm gonna cast Death
I feel like
Ward
it
on
was so
myself.
close.
Okay.
That time.
Because
Well, this is
That's
either
it.
like
I don't want to
a
die.
skew or
But I don't
just
want to heal myself yet.
Don't want to die, but I don't want to heal myself.
That'll last a little longer.
it's really hard
That
to
one
launch
didn't
it.
Second
count.
level.
Alright, second level.
I like to roll.
No one's investigating the area.
I
Have
like to
perception
roll
checks yet.
investigation.
On this floor,
Yes.
Oh, are we talking about the bottom floor?
on the bottom floor, or on the top
Second,
floor?
Got it in
second
the
floor.
book.
Second floor. Okay.
Because we already did the whole bottom floor.
Alright, so I guess Nikki's gonna take one on this. Heading up there.
She went up
13.
first.
13.
Yeah.
Okay, to try
There
your luck.
appears to be
Yes.
broken stool.
Oh! I
Got
touched
him.
him.
And there's
Very
actually
difficult.
a wall in here in the tower, like as if it was divided
Okay.
into two areas, like a hallway in between. So that breaks it up into smaller rooms.
Okay.
I'd like to investigate the rooms one by one.
All right. There are 3 doors. Two on the left, one on the right.
Start with the one on the right.
Okay. Go ahead and so you go up to the door.
Yes, I go to
The door is locked. or barred or otherwise fastened shut.
Ask Sue to help with the door. So
Alright.
she's the rogue.
As she checks it out, this door is in fact locked. So she's going to make...
Well, I will offer guidance if needed.
Cool, go for it.
So it's a D4.
Okay.
Oh no.
What's yours?
Okay. It takes her a few minutes,
Not enough juice.
and finally she
Gets it.
opens up the door.
Cool. And
Is this
Wow,
ridiculous?
that's terrible. That's not bad.
I thought I saw him move.
No,
gotta check if they're weighted.
Breeze done it.
I have so many bad rolls in my wall. Like, okay, just for giggles, roll it a bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, door opens up. There is, in this particular room,
Mhm.
a somewhat nice, if worn down, decrepit bed.
Okay.
Threadbare sheets, mattresses.
Living quarters, basically.
Yeah, this seems to be living quarters for an officer or a dignitary of some type.
Mm-hmm.
There
Or a dignified
used to be a large table for like that would be for
Unofficial
battle
detail.
plans.
Got it.
That's just from the cursory look around. As you see.
I would like to see if there's anything of particular interest.
Okay.
So that would be investigation.
Yes.
Sure. Guidance for funny. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. As you walk around, looking at the areas, you find
The camera died.
camera dies.
Camera
I found a
died.
dead camera, guys!
What is this witchcraft?
What is this?
Witchcraft.
Witchcraft. Just no.
I am so bad at this.
Took me forever to just touch him. Next Olympic sport. Jason launching.
Launching.
You've heard of the caber toss. You've heard of throwing the hammer. But have you done?
Launching
Jason
the Jason.
launching.
You did it! You touched him!
Alright.
Would you care to compete?
Things of note inside.
No.
Total 20. You
What?
said.
No.
Yeah, dirty 20.
All right. So,
Anything particular
This
of
is-
interest? Just
It's difficult.
Life is.
You want to launch somebody up. Hey, first try.
Undefeated champion.
You
Man.
almost knocked him over too.
probably.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just it's just the lighting is horrible in here.
No, for all we can be is trainer like, alright, you're doing good, get back in there.
Sucks.
Nope.
just a dead body.
That's
Figment of
what
our
I know, right?
imagination. Doesn't matter.
You're just
Yeah, I
letters and
don't
numbers
get
on
why
the
the
table.
lights like that.
It's never haven't been that.
And
That's all
number.
you've
I
ever
know, and I just
That's all
accidentally killed it.
you are.
Anyway, sorry, camera issues aside. So,
Anything of note?
as you start looking around,
Anything of
Don't know.
importance?
Haven't written anything down yet.
check my notes.
Cool.
Names.
Okay. You see, there is some like rinds from cheese.
I eat.
Ooh, make a
I'm
concept.
kidding, I'm kidding.
No.
Always eat
Seems to be
cheese.
kind of
I
smelly,
hate cystis.
ripe, old, unpleasant. Doing a little bit more sleuthing around the area.
You suddenly feel very
Ah.
unwell, and
You see there is a trapdoor that is kind of hidden from the rest of the stone.
Does it go back down?
It does go down.
So the room we were just in below wasn't actually full size then. I
That
guess it's a
staircase
prop-
maybe was hiding something.
Well,
do you say
is
anything
the
so I can
trapdoor
take a look at
locked?
it?
Or like, does it look? Is it secured in some way, or could I just open it?
You go to try to open it. You go to try to open it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll try to open it.
You go to try to open it, and it seems to be
I found cystis.
difficult to lift.
Because it's heavy.
It
or-
With
seems-
cystis.
Either heavy or magically locked in place.
No.
Might just be heavy.
Can I do like some sort of check to see if it's magic?
Make an Arcana check in that case.
Well, I'll do a
No.
strength one too later. Oh, nat
I was
20.
talking.
Nat 20.
No
All
need
right.
for guidance.
Probably.
Magic.
That's more
You
like
get down on the ground, you start looking, and you see there's a slight engraving of some magical runes that seem to be similar in a way to a glyph of warding, but it's more like a magical lock. So a glyph of warding, you can specify people of certain races or alliances.
Or just like, I just don't like Tony, so
Like,
he's
not Tony. Everyone in our party but Tony.
So,
Like, you can get oddly specific. No people who are missing their left arm.
No blue people who are missing
so I
body parts.
probably can't open it because I'm
But,
all
that,
out.
but that's all blue
Yeah.
people. So.
That's all.
And these forts were overrun by orcs at some point.
Yes.
So I'm gonna ask Cestus to open the trapdoor.
Alright.
Because Cestus is an orc.
Alright, Cestus goes.
It's worth a shot.
I'm gonna go
I don't
for-
explain why I ask Cestus.
Hey, Cestus, open that.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
I
go
got him
try.
to break down the
Okay,
doors.
you're gonna try?
I like to try.
Alright, it opens.
Okay.
What?
So it's the opposite.
I'm really confused about why.
What is your race again?
I'm an air genasi.
Well, she's not orc.
Maybe it's gender
Might
specific.
have been the human tower.
Oh,
you don't
you
know.
didn't?
I'm
You
s-
couldn't open it?
No.
But I am a
I'm a
girl.
Yeah, it's a.
It could be
Sexist.
anything.
I would like to close it and then have Sue open it.
We
Alright,
must
so-
experiment.
No, anyways,
can do
it's,
that.
it's open, so I would like to go.
No, I would
you
like
go
to-
first.
I would like to look down because I am the one
You
with
opened
the
it.
dark vision.
You look down. There's no ladder. It seems to be a chute directly down.
Alright,
Ah,
I would like to use my flight powers.
Levitation?
Yes. To levitate and like lower myself down.
Alright. Alright, cool. You activate levitate. Go over the hole and kind of pull yourself down.
Uh-huh. Watching as I go because I can see in
And
the
we
dark.
slam the trapdoor shut!
Oh my goodness, I don't like you guys.
Is very dark.
Okay. Is there anything interesting to see?
4 walls. Just
Okay.
right around you.
Yes.
I'm calling this up. I see 4 walls.
Is it
Super
still?
boring.
See some walls,
Just
some
a chute.
ceilings.
Is it still just like going down, down,
Jason's.
down? for
It's
her?
going down and down and down.
Is it
Well,
deeper
that's where I
than the
put my
tower?
hopes and dreams.
Make an insight check.
Dang.
You have guidance. Add a d4.
Okay, thank you.
You guys, what's the range of that?
What is it? An
What?
insight?
What's the range of guidance?
Oh, that's a
Dude,
good
what is
question.
this? Insight?
Insight.
Hold on. Don't add the d4 yet.
Guidance is touch, I'm fairly
Guidance
positive.
is
I know, let me look.
So I Spriggan almost exclusively used it on himself for Torin.
Yeah, I've been using it on myself.
Closest person.
Yeah, it is touch.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I technically could have touched beforehand, but I didn't think of that till now, so.
Jumped down the shaft and was like,
Right!
I rolled an 18, so
18.
Okay, that's good.
So you're on like the second floor of about 30 feet up the tower, so you're around like 20-ish feet up.
Okay.
And you're going down about 30 feet.
Hey guys, this is deeper than the tower.
Keep going.
I keep going. Is there anything happening? Am we
Like, how
getting to
would
the
be
bottom
like-
at any point?
How long does levitate last? Is it a full minute?
I think I get it for 10 minutes.
Oh.
Actually.
Well then.
Yeah, it's been half of that going down and the other half of it coming back up.
Right, seriously.
Actually,
go all the way
do
down.
any of my packs have rope?
Yes. If you have an
Levitate.
explorer.
I have
lasts
a
for 10
Dungeoneer's
minutes.
pack
Yeah.
You have
and
50
an
feet of rope.
Explorer's pack.
You have 50 feet of rope.
Okay.
That's what I thought.
Well, I guess worst case scenario, I can just. Yeah, I'm gonna tie off the rope to something in the room that looks sturdy,
Okay.
and then
Cestus.
and yes, I tie the rope onto Cestus, and I throw the other end down after, so she has that rope as a last case.
Thank you, in case this takes like 20 minutes.
You hear a little, and you feel on your head.
What was that?
Rope.
Thank you.
Loogie.
I thought it was a toilet. Okay, so you head down a bit further. You kind of move at a slowish pace down this, slow and careful. I want you to make another perception check.
Okay. I wasn't thinking I was moving that slow. Just kind of
I
like.
mean, levitate. You can.
Yeah.
Just-
I'm
I'm
taking it more as you're cautious then.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like I'm
that
watching
makes
as I'm going, but since I don't see any problems, I'm just kind of like.
And you only see basically like another body length down practically. You only have like 15 feet of dark vision.
Okay, right.
Do you remember if Anton was in
That's
the
like 3 bodies of me.
Yeah.
So
We
I
don't
can
know
shoot
what
him
Anton
full
was.
waist down
He's
and
just
just look.
blue.
Yeah.
You know, well.
What am
it's
I
a
rolling
generosity of
for?
some sort.
Yeah. he's
Perception?
an Aussie of some
Perception.
sort. But we don't know. We just know he's blue.
He could be a fire
16.
one that just came out
We
with
know
one
he's
color.
blue and
16?
young and a thief.
Yeah.
Therefore, he
You keep
deserves
heading
to die.
down a bit
Yeah,
further,
can't be blue's not missing body parts.
and you see
None of us have seen him.
the
You've
path
seen him. As you'd said,
broadens
he's
in
missing
front of
bodies.
you.
Maybe he's missing a kidney.
Like it kind of flutes open,
Okay.
and then opens out into a room,
Maybe he's missing
but the shaft does
Tip
keep
of
going
his little
down.
finger on his left hand.
Interesting.
Hey, there's a room down here. I'm not at the bottom yet. I'd like
See,
to investigate
here's the thing
room.
too. I would love to climb down the rope to go investigate the room, but I know if I did that, I'd have to make some sort of roll, and I would let go of the rope.
You'd
On the
land
bright
my
side,
head and I would.
I have Death Ward.
And Savin was never heard from again.
So you're
Some
gonna
say he's
float
still
onto the
following
room.
to this day.
Yeah, is there a floor?
There is a floor.
Oh,
Okay.
it's gonna be Lilith. And
So
like,
I'm
what are
gonna
you
kind
doing
of walk into that.
All right, so you
Summer home.
kind of head down. I'm gonna say you're still kind of pulling yourself in place as you're keeping the levitation active. Unless you want to just like turn down.
No, because I can only use it once for a long rest, and I really don't want to take a nap down here.
Okay. Yeah, you start heading in, and this is like tunneled out, same kind of like width as the tower, 60 feet across,
Cool.
circle.
Also, while she's doing this, can I explore the other 2 rooms?
Sure.
What's the rope tied to?
It's I tied it to something secure. So
Okay.
I have to
Cestus.
Yes, I tied it to Cestus. And
Cestus
Brawl-
is
worry.
and
secure.
Brawley's there
have
too.
it.
Brawley's there too.
Okay.
What we can do is we can close the trap door.
And he'll just lock it in
And
place.
Cestus can't open it, so he can't get through. Worst case is he gets
How are
crushed
you
by
gonna
the
open
weight.
it when you go back up?
Well, I am the one who can open it, so I just kind of go.
What if it only opens from one side?
It's a door.
No, going in only women can open it. Going up only men can open it.
Oh no!
This is Jack's hideout,
This
guys.
is why doors are stupid.
It's genius, actually.
That is really genius.
I kind of wish I had thought of that.
But he gave up his belt, so.
Yeah. And he was tired of this dumb place anyway. Torch climbing.
So anyway.
Explore
Alright,
the other room.
so
What do I need to roll?
Sue's gonna follow you into the other room.
Yeah. When am I rolling in this room? I only have 10 minutes.
We're pausing on you. You have to leave?
No.
Oh, okay.
Her levitate.
We're
Levitation
pausing on
only
you then.
play. I do need to go kind of soon.
So we're pausing you. So you want which door on the? There's one more to your left. There's one more to your right.
The one on the left.
On the left. Okay. You go to open this door. It is also locked, so Sue's going to
Guidance again.
attempt to pick it up.
Guidance isn't
I've
easy.
done so much
If
work.
she needs it.
Okay,
Not
that's.
playing.
You know what? Why not? I have it.
Just for giggles.
I have it. I'll use it. Okay, that's a 19 or something. Anyway, it's enough.
She gets it.
Pretty quickly, she opens up the door. This appears to be a well-guarded room. The door has been locked. I'm gonna check for traps. Okay. As she looks in,
So I can go home
she's
now.
like, "Okay, careful. There's a tripwire right there."
You
And
want to see?
gingerly stepping
See that
over
tripwire?
the tripwire, looks around the room. There appears to be a small cot.
Got it.
There is a boarded up window.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very dark in this room. Her ring is glowing, lighting it up. There is a broken table and a few smudge and damaged books.
I'd like
But
to.
are they crumbling?
If she could come back out, I want to trip the wire with
Okay.
with a long stick that I happen to have.
Okay.
What?
What?
What? What
I
is
have a
this?
staff.
She
Okay.
gets
Quarter
out.
staff.
Baloney.
Okay.
You take
Baloney.
your staff. You just have snap
From
it
a safe distance.
from a safe
by the
distance.
From a safe distance of 5 feet.
I do want you to still make a dex save. I'll just have your arm stick in there, but you have a light. It's
This
not
is
a hard
totally out of the
DC.
range of a fireball.
14,
Yeah, you're
15.
fine. You're fine.
Does my
That's
staff get destroyed though?
No. Series of darts
Got it.
shoot through and it kind of impales on the opposite walls.
Got it.
A foul odor fills the air. It seems like these were poisoned.
I'd like to leave. Close.
Okay.
you take the darts with you.
I'm not playing the suit.
You take the doors with you?
Yes.
The darts, the
I like to
poison
take the
darts
door
with
off its
you.
hinges and stick it in my bag of holding.
Aha! You'll never defeat me to my army of animated doors!
No, this is the best part. If I ever make enemies with anyone in the party, I'm running, I just pull out the door and stick it in the middle of the earth. It's like, door, run!
Okay.
I would like to cast door.
That's how you
You know
defeat
what? This
zombies in
conversation.
Minecraft. Just give them a
This
door.
conversation is over. Boom. Okay.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Bam! Okay, so you go to the next door?
Yeah.
Alright.
Same process.
Sue's going to
More
do that
guidance.
again. More guidance. Okay. It's 19. She opens up the door. This door, window, also boarded. There's another cot in here as well. Table in this room, though, isn't broken. It's actually intact, a little wobbly. And there is a bookshelf on one of the walls.
Got it. Any traps?
Go ahead and roll for that.
What is it?
Investigation.
Nat one. I don't see anything.
You walk into the middle
I
of the
never
room.
said I was walking around. I just said I'm looking for
We've got
traps.
so many nat ones this session. It's
To
crazy.
be fair, I'm just looking for
You
traps.
trip over a loose cobblestone and kind of like, poof!
Okay, I found a trap. That cobblestone was loose.
Floor's not even in here. Be careful. There's no.
I guess roll investigation
Yeah, sure,
for anything
roll
in particular note. 17 guidance because 19.
Okay. There are a few books in here as well. These seem to be in better condition.
They're not crumbly.
Picking up and thumbing through it,
The crumbly
it's a
ones.
very dry, boring tome on botany.
Got it. I don't
Pick
know.
up another one. It's another boring tome on Feywild
This
anatomy
tower was full of
creatures.
nerds.
You pick up another book, and it's histories and genealogies and all of human kings who have been dead before you were even turned into a statue.
Okay. Well, I will stick them in my bag of holding just because.
Okay? Write down 2 boring biology books and 1 boring history book.
Got it. I guess that's it for us in this
You
room.
can use them
Okay.
as door stoppers.
Going back to Nikki.
Sleep aids. Alright, I'd like to look around this room thing that I'm in.
Alright, make an investigation check.
Alright. It is only a 10.
Okay.
I was expecting that for some changes.
There is. Don't know how it got down here, but
Grand piano.
a large table. There are several lamps that light with a dull bluish fire as you enter the room.
There's fire.
The
Jason's instructor.
it seems to be like a war council table. It's
Okay.
rather large, it's like 10 feet across,
Okay.
and about like 4 feet wide.
Okay.
Searching around the area, nothing else really of interest. There are a few locked chests, a few armor stands. That's it.
Alright, nothing I can take
Towers
with
and
me.
dude.
Just the towers and
What?
Nothing I can take with me.
Towers.
Nothing you can like open up at the moment.
To get in. It's the door. That would be
I
awesome.
leave the room unless there's a door to something else.
Make another investigation check.
14.
14. You just start
And it's all
trying to
just
open
fine.
whatever you
Just
see.
Okay.
Some of the chests seem locked. A few chests are not locked, but they only have like a few copper coins.
I take them anyway.
Alright, you collect from all the things 7 copper coins.
Cool.
Seem to be some
Mining for
knickknacks. You do find a dagger.
Oh, a dagger? Cool.
Yes, just a regular old dagger.
Literally a regular and old dagger.
You also find a small cage.
Right.
By small, I mean like roughly this-ish size.
Okay, like a big rat cage.
Like a big rat cage or something like that. Not like a person cage.
Just a small person.
You don't find any door, but you do find another kind of like chute, like what you just came through. But it stops off directly at this.
Okay,
floor.
so it goes up to something else.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm not gonna look at that right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back to my chute and keep going down and seeing what's going on.
Make another perception check. So go down there.
Be aware the rope is only 50 feet long, and your
14.
levitate will run out.
14?
At some point.
Yeah.
Okay. Heading down.
I tried to do that room like
It's-
super fast. Like did like.
Quite dark down here. It's to the point where your dark vision doesn't cut it anymore.
Yeah.
Because you still need sunlight.
Right.
So you start kind of blindly keeping your way down.
Right. I'm gonna stop
Okay.
while there's still rope.
Okay.
Am I close to the end of the rope?
The rope ended a little above where it opened up to get to you to the rope.
Okay. Being that I'm flying on my own at this point,
Okay.
and I've got maybe like.
You've got a good like 5 minutes at least
Okay.
left, and this is from you slowly going down and checking the rope.
Okay.
As long as you have enough time to get back up to the rope, you'll be fine.
I'd like to go another.
6 net ones this session so far.
I have 5 minutes.
She just has to tie it to herself and move forward.
I'd like to go like
She has to think of that.
2.5 minutes. No, 2 minutes down.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Keep going down. Keep going down. It's pitch black. You can see a bit of flickering light up top from where you entered. Turn out. It's not pitch black.
I'm gonna go up.
Okay. Once you cross that threshold again, lights back on.
Weird. I grab my rope and start feeling my way up, and then my flight cuts out.
Okay. Cessus helps pull you up for the last 15 feet.
And I'm guessing you relay all of this to our group? Or
Yes.
no?
Yeah. No, I tell you guys everything.
Tells you squat.
Pretty safe stuff.
How large was that room down there?
About the size of the tower.
springing.
So visually, if I know what direction the room was going from her description,
Mm-hmm.
what can I see in that direction out of the tower?
Out of the tower.
Or is there no windows in that room?
The thing went straight down.
I know, but it goes straight down, and then the room branched off at some point. Which
The
direction?
room branched out in the same shape and size
Oh,
of the tower.
so it's basically just okay, but there's still that other chute. I'm guessing that was still within the perimeter of the tower.
Appears to be so, at least from what she saw.
Got it. Okay.
But then again, I didn't
So
investigate it.
that one, there's the one that seems to go all the way down.
Yeah.
Which shows a way to know how deep it was.
Well,
Really deep.
about 50 feet down
At least 50
is
feet.
where she hit the
room.
The room.
The room. And then I kept going for another 2 minutes. And that was like 2 minutes at like.
He has the high ground.
Were you aggressive, like going on fast? Because you said that as soon as the lights cut out, you stopped going.
Yeah.
Okay, that was about like 20 feet deeper.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, sorry, not 20
Yeah,
feet.
punch
About 10 feet. As soon as we went down, that's when
So
light
it
was
went
out.
real deep.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
I was going down pretty quick.
okay. Well,
I'm going down pretty quick.
I went because when you said that the light went out, you went up.
Yeah.
I was going from that point now from the 2 minutes.
Okay.
So it's not 2 minutes deep.
20 feet.
You went 10
20
feet
meters.
deeper than the room. And then
the
lights
lights
cut out
cut
and
out
you
and I
went back
couldn't
up.
see anything,
Yeah.
so I was like done.
Yeah.
So it was about 60 feet. No, because
And then-
yeah.
That's actually
You said the other chute. Did that one just go straight up, or did it also go down?
Just appeared to go straight up, didn't
Yeah.
seem to have
3 times as far.
Interesting.
It was an experience.
I'll have to talk to someone from lore about this. They would know. Need to remember this. The weird towers. Anyways, shall we go up to the next room?
Sounds great.
That'd be the third level, right?
I thought you already
Third and
investigated
final.
that.
No, not quite.
Okay.
No, the door went up.
You head up to the third room.
Yes.
Um,
Carefully again, because I don't want to get acid sprayed.
Sue's gonna check for traps. That is 21, 22, sorry. There don't appear to be any traps on this level.
Okay. I'd like to investigate the room.
Okay.
That is 15.
15. As you continue walking around, this appears to be, there's no roof or ceiling to this area. There's just kind of a half wall of crumbling stone at this point.
Right, because this is the one that like opened up.
So there's only like half of the floor that remains.
Yeah.
And actually, the room you entered with the trap, there's like no ceiling over
Oh,
there.
okay. So I went straight up.
So yeah, that area is kind of where it's demolished. But there's a good overall coverage. There's just like a third of that area that's caved out, and then there's no roof over this area at all, and the walls are tripping hazard and falling hazard at this point. OSHA would not approve.
Got it. So really nothing of interest.
Nothing of interest up here. If there was anything up here, it's long since been
Safety
cleaned.
standards.
You had a guy from the College of Laura with your group, right? Do you?
Nope, that's Jim's.
That's
Jim's.
Jim's. Got it. Never mind. Okay.
He's in trouble as a boss, so he's in timeout.
He's in timeout.
Well,
Until the moment you set sail, he is on that boat.
I guess our party's probably done with this one. There aren't any more trapdoors anywhere leading to other chutes.
Unless you guys check further down that area or see where
Like,
that.
so we'd have to go down.
You'd have to go down there to see anything else at the moment.
later date. Yep.
We go
Guess we're done.
spelunking, yeah.
Alright. Okay, so. Storm Hunters.
And extra.
2 hours
And
later.
And freelancers.
This
Tower
next
3.
tower, really close by.
Okay.
So
Storm the tower.
brief walk over there.
Yes.
That's fun.
Alright. And I gotta go.
Okay. Bye.
I will see you very early tomorrow.
Huh?
We're teaching again.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty.
Send you have to
bye.
investigate.
Okay.
I would like to make an investigation
Uh,
check.
Sure.
I haven't gotten 4. Oh my gosh. Investigation. 8.
8.
Starting
This
off
door
strong.
seems to be made out of door.
Guys, look, I found a door.
It's probably safe. Bertram
Looks
flies inside one of the arrow slits, looks around. This tower is dilapidated. The second story floor is in terrible disrepair and collapsed in some areas. This seems to have been like part of like a partial cave-in, and rocks have fallen through that layer and into onto the first floor. There appears to be some crushed either guards or adventurers or whatever army once held this area. Although any gear has been picked clean long ago. Flying up to the
Are
highest
there any
layer.
intact heads?
Intact heads?
Yes.
Skulls or like
okay, as
entire
long as you
heads?
don't ask why.
What?
Skulls or entire heads?
Either will do, I think. I'll
Wizard
double
asks
check on
the
my.
rogue, I need some skulls, but
Yeah,
you can't
catch
ask
me
why.
with it.
Rogue wizard.
Yes.
Okay, but you
Oh.
can't ask why. Okay.
That
I
one
can
will
just
do.
instead. I'm just double checking to make sure that it can work with skulls too.
That's amazing.
While you're looking that
Also,
up,
five pristine skulls.
Speak with the. Here it is.
the top floor.
It just has to have a mouth.
Okay. Well, yep. There's a skull with a mouth.
Cool.
On the very top floor, there is an attack floor. Although how the heck you get up there? That's an issue. But there is a table with a single chest on it.
No.
Human pyramid it is.
It could be
How
worth
tall's
it.
the tower?
This tower is about 40 feet tall.
Wait, is this chest just out in the open?
It's
How tall is your tower?
Yeah, I was gonna say, how tall is my tower?
your tower's
Green
30 feet
tower,
tall.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey guys.
I'd like to drop tower
Okay.
and get as high up as I can.
Okay, you do so.
I would like to get as high as well. What?
I too would like to get high.
Niles here
No.
gets
High.
high.
No. I don't know
Oh,
what
it's
you're
too
talking
late.
about.
Niles is high.
No.
It's a good thing you're not playing Niles then, huh?
Yeah, it's a good thing I'm not playing Niles. I don't know what you're talking about. Whoa, 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 whoa.
So about 10 feet up is where that room would be. Or you're
Bye, Hannah.
just about like level with the floor. There is a stone wall around it. This is be all structurally secure.
Is there any way I can get a rope over there?
Could I climb the tower if I rolled high enough?
You could.
Or have to toss me.
I'm gonna try to climb, just like, climb the tower. No. That was not good. That would be what? Athletics?
Yeah.
Well,
Can I get a rope through the window somehow?
it was good.
You
I have a
could.
Bertram.
Although, I mean, you can get the rope through, but you can't seem to get yourself through.
Through the window?
It's narrow slit.
Oh.
Is there a way to get in through the roof?
Is there no
It's a
door?
good check.
Bertram, check the roof.
There seems to be a weak spot in the roof that can be easily broken through.
There we go.
This tower does seem to be unstable.
There is a door. You could just start at the bottom and walk up.
You
There
can't
we
get
go.
up.
Get up.
Why can't you get
The
up?
place is falling apart.
Oh, it's like a really
It's a
badly.
dilapidated.
So this is the kind of tower where every time you take a step, there's a 50% chance the step will crumble out from under.
50?
Torin,
I
throw
mean,
me.
what?
90% chance.
90?
I can land.
100%
Can I post
chance.
you up to the top of the tower?
No.
That's
Not
not
Sue.
Sue.
Sorry,
No.
Niles.
How much do you weigh?
I don't know.
How
are
about
you?
you throw
Oh,
somebody
what's a
who
model
actually
weight,
has the means
normally?
of opening the sentry?
What's
That's
your strength
true.
score?
How much do you weigh?
18.
I weigh.
Okay.
Let me look at my
Um,
character sheet. Not that much. I think
You weigh more than you did,
158
probably.
pounds.
Probably.
Huh?
158.
Never mind.
But is he going to be
You
able
probably
to
weigh
save it?
around equal.
Okay.
But I have these tools.
Don't you have a guard?
He has these tools.
A wimpy little person?
I don't want to lose him though.
You tie a rope to them.
He doesn't
You have
have these
these.
tools.
Oh.
Alright, I'd like to throw this guy. And I'd like Stefan to help me.
Make an athletics check with advantage.
Can I help too?
Make an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics, I'm like, amazing.
That is, you said athletics?
Mhm.
That is a
Oh my god.
23.
19.
Oh, okay.
Fly, Marcel.
A foot in each hand. They both
Bertram
throw
just
you
kind of
up
like
into the air.
grabs onto my back, just flutters a little bit.
Stability. He helps with
And you were kind of
stability.
expecting to like catch onto like the edge shingles of the roof and kind of get hoisted up. You end up getting gut level to the roof and are able to like scramble your way up from there, pretty evenly too. And you do find the weak spot in the
Oh, look, he made it.
tower.
How's he going to get... Never mind. Never mind. I'll show you a
Alright.
little bit later.
Break through the weak spot.
I would like to throw some rope over to him as he's up there.
Rope.
Can you roll
What
that
exactly
too,
do you
please?
expect me to tie this to?
The chest, of
Is there a-
course.
Parapet?
It's kind of a cone
Do you
roof
trust it?
with a
Would you
that
trust
has
it
a
anyways?
weak spot in it.
How much rope do we have?
I have rope. Unfortunately.
We should have at least 100
do
feet
not.
between us.
And Stefan also has rope.
Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna,
Why can't we just use Stefan?
so we'll tie it all together and we'll hold it here so we can lower him down
His
and drag him
legs.
up.
Okay.
Ah. Alright, well I guess we're just gonna blast the roof open.
Okay.
Why?
Eldritch blast.
You take a couple of shots at the roof and it cracks open. There is a bit of a rumbling.
I'm like Master Hand, I shoot
Okay.
two at the same time.
He totally didn't catch that.
So the shingles kind of slide off, and the tower feels unstable.
You might want to hurry up.
What do you think I'm doing? Alright, lower away!
Not hurrying.
You're lowered in, shouting a command when you get close enough.
I'll have Bertram still stay with him and I can just speak through Bertram.
Okay.
And I need them to stop.
So currently, the floor is like here. You're currently suspended about
Oh
here.
my gosh, it's
Swinging.
Mission Impossible! It's Mission Impossible!
Dun, 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 dun.
I just need to get that song now on here.
Probably.
Do I have any spells that can help me? I don't think I do.
I don't.
I don't. So, through Bertram, I'm like, give me some slack. And I'll start swinging.
Okay. Make an acrobatics check.
Don't fall.
I'm not good at this.
Let's say between you two strong guys, are you aiding in any way, shape, or form?
No.
You two guys got this.
4.
4.
They're strong, independent men. They can do this.
You start like flailing like, I'm gonna bicycle my way there. Okay, not working.
Is there like an open, like, arrow slit? Like in that room, like directly opposite of where the floor is?
Yes.
I angle myself around and use Eldritch Blasts, shooting through the arrow slit to rock myself back.
You might have to roll to not hit
Does
the tower,
Eldritch
though.
Blast have kick?
I don't
Should it?
know.
I feel like that would kill the warlock that uses it.
Well, I just got extended range on my Eldritch Blast. On the downside, I fly twice as far back when I cast it.
You just like, oh yes, I push him back 5 feet when I hit him. I also push myself back 5 feet because that's physics, baby.
Oh no, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction.
So for every action you take, all right. I'll say you can try it.
Cool, I'll try it.
I'm gonna say you're gonna have to make an attack roll to sharpshoot through the arrow slit and not strike it.
Cool.
You want to roll badly on this one because you don't want to hit the tower.
Well, you want to
No,
roll
you
well
want
to
to roll
shoot.
well.
To
No,
not.
I'm aiming for
It
an empty
depends
space.
on how you're looking at it. Because if you nat 1 on hitting the tower, you're
That
shooting
one
the
on
Illicet.
that one is I shoot the rope that I'm holding on to.
That's fair. Nat 1 is you blast a Torin and
That one I shoot through. No, not one. I shoot through the arrow slit and into Torin, who lets go.
No,
Anyway.
what would be worst case scenario is you shoot Nilo. She falls off the tower. Torin like, oh no, let me catch you. Let's go the rope. Someone's like, wait, what? Let's go the rope. You fall down. The tower shrinks, crushing everyone inside, and it's just a mess.
All right, that is a 25.
All right. First shot. There's a bit of a
The second shot is a 19.
19. Second shot. Also, there's a little bit of swinging motion here.
All right, so how many of these rolls?
at this point, I would just keep swinging. Not
I don't know. Many.
Because as soon as you hit the tower,
I'm way better at shooting than I am at swinging. As in
But
7
there-
times better.
okay.
Go ahead and take another 2 shots, I guess.
All hands.
Total 20,
Okay.
and that is an 11.
Okay, that one hits the edge of the arrow slit and kind of blasts some rocks out, and part of that wall kind of crumbles down.
Wait, our slit's bigger now.
Hey, it's easier
You
to
do
shoot.
have an easier target now. You're rocking
You
just
just
Hey,
blast
the
a hole
a
DC
bit
through.
faster. You kind of have a gentle swing going on here, but that wall is crumbling a little bit more. You do have an easier target though.
Yeah, well, let's keep on going.
All right.
I'll get this eventually. 16,
Okay.
12,
Hit the same corner again. Against crumbling some more. Part of the arrow slit falls out.
See, just making it easier on myself.
Some of the supporting area crumbles.
That's fine, it's on that side.
Um,
I'm not trying to go over there anyway.
It looks like one more will start caving the roof in your area.
This
But
is ridiculous.
if it caves the roof in your area, you'll get pulled closer to the chest.
There you go. See, it's a win-win. Worst comes to worst, I'll just cast Death Ward on myself. And 21,
Fine?
13.
Still fine. There's much easier target now. It's more of a full-size window at this point.
Don't mind me, just trying to Goku my way over here.
You got a good swing. It looks like one more set of blasts, and a good little grab onto the floor, and you'll be good.
Come on.
That's
Bakugo, you can do it.
12
You're okay.
and total 20.
Okay.
Okay.
So you
We also
and you get
have
close.
half
I
over
want
for
you to
one.
make a athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Acrobatics, please.
To
Could I just, intimidate the floor?
grow?
Growing.
You take 4 levels in Druid and lose all your levels in Warlock.
Perhaps persuade it to come over here. That's a 4.
You get your toes. Swing back.
Take the
Swing forward. One more try.
That's a natural 20.
That's
there
fine.
you go.
Hey.
There's a bit of a slide in the rope suddenly as some of the shingles drop down. You land directly on the floor.
Alright.
Just that moment of that could have gone poorly.
Alright. Let's take a look at this chest here. We should probably check for traps. I'm not very good at it, but, I can at least say that I tried. Check the chest for traps.
Okay.
Excuse me, do you have any traps?
You sir, do you have any traps? That's a 9.
9.
Probably fine.
Probably.
Then I shall it. Is it a locked chest?
It seems to be slightly locked, but it seems that it's a
It's
cheap
only
lock that can be
slightly
broken often.
Oh, I can break it off, but I have lockpicks.
Decides to spend 20 minutes
could also
lockpicking as opposed
try
to
to
5
lock
minutes
it up
just
and
to
then,
break
yeah.
it
I will
off.
try to lockpick it
Go
open
for it.
because I'm fancy like that.
Now he gets the Skyrim portion.
Ooh,
How
that
many lockpicks
is
do you have?
a 22.
22. All right. Easy enough. You unlock it.
Pick is hot.
Go ahead
I'm
and
gonna step
roll.
around to the behind it and open it that way.
All right. Roll a percentile.
Ooh, how many fireballs come at me?
All of them.
23.
23 fireballs. No. 23. You said.
Yes, 23.
Hey, you finally killed Micah's character for once.
Don't kill me. I want to come back more powerful than you could possibly imagine. Characters don't die; they just come back younger and in a different body.
They just come back more attractive,
You find a potion of fire breath.
What?
It's almost a fireball.
And
It means you can
roll,
breathe. You can breathe in fire.
You mix
roll 2 more
Man,
percentiles.
this stuff is hot.
How many more?
2 more percentiles.
2 more. My goodness.
It's like
Must
potion of
be
water
my
breathing,
lucky
potion
day.
of fire breathing.
95.
95.
What happens if I mix them?
95.
Potion of steam breathing.
The number of hit
thing.
points I
Obsidian
lose to the
breathing,
curse.
That too.
You just stick your face in rock and you just like breathe through it.
You
Fight a
find
zombie.
190 gold.
Excellent.
So you find gold in the potion.
Excellent.
Make a perception check.
Spin a fireball sneaking up
Anton's like,
behind you.
There is
what are
no-
you doing in my piggy bank?
There's no more tower. You've just been hovering in the air, comic book style, for a little bit.
Fireball's
my
sneaking
perception?
up behind you.
It's not good for me.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
The fireball is sneaking up
Perfectly
behind you.
blissfully
You're
ignorant.
like, gold, fire, ah.
How do I get the rope back? I could have also used my crowbar.
That would be hilarious, but I'm not that mean.
Uh-oh.
It's an Oni!
Spider.
It wasn't Feeble Mind. I need you to make a dex save.
I
Fireball
don't
it is.
like that. 5.
No.
Failure.
How close are you guys?
What?
Yo, you guys are right next. Okay.
Ah!
Make a dex save.
Do I have to do that too?
The tower
Make dex save.
stands up.
I suck
Make
at
one for
dex
Stefan.
saves.
And make one for Seth now.
I'm Stefan.
Oh, you that's
I
right,
am
you're
Stefan.
Right, sorry. That would be a dex save. That would be 22.
Okay.
No.
I need to
I
read
take no damage.
That's what you think.
Stefan, in all of his glory, got a 5.
He is
Yeah,
bad
he's
at
bad
dex.
at dex.
Okay.
I've also been rolling poorly, except for when he
So who is higher than 15? Okay.
Just Tori.
Oh. Roll one for Francis.
Sweet cinnamon roll must die.
Is he at the top of the tower? Did you
No,
roll?
he's probably downstairs with what's her name keeping watch.
With skill.
With skill, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. They are fine then. As is the
How
bear.
can I retcon this real quick?
Okay, so that's 8,
Oh, the tower's falling.
12,
Aren't you guys above the
15.
tower though?
No, same level-ish.
22.
Ben, what are we dodging?
The tower.
Hold on.
But I need to know if it's magic or not.
It is magic.
Okay. That was, what did I roll? A 12? No, it was 15.
Oh wait, I forgot that I had that.
Still there.
No!
But you said he was higher than 15.
I
Right,
totally
as in, like,
forgot
16
that
or-
I have
Oh.
that Eldritch Invocation.
Because I'm matching, because it has to be matched to the DC
Yeah,
of the person
yeah.
who cast it. So I arbitrarily grabbed one of the pirates because I'm like, who's someone who has a DC? Fine, you. Anyway.
I totally forgot.
Okay, so that is 27 points of force damage. Wait. Oh, not force damage. Literally anything but force damage.
What kind of damage do you guys want to take?
Acid.
More acid.
More acid.
Ha! You fools taking damage.
Oh, I'm
Torrent's
sorry.
just like-
Thunder. That still works for the thing here. There's a lot of. So 27 points of thunder damage.
27.
And the tower begins crumbling and falling.
He doesn't have the rope on him, does he?
Oh.
He swung off the rope.
He's still tied to the rope. Do you tie yourself to the rope or are you just holding onto it?
Somebody else tied me onto it.
Okay.
Yes.
Also,
Yes.
about what time are the two groups going? Like, when they're doing this, would we be in the third tower, or are we still explore?
You'd be like in the third tower probably. That's
Okay.
right. Do you have the card for Darren's Fortress?
I do not.
Okay.
So we're basically in sync tower-wise.
Yes.
So we could probably just all meet at the fourth tower.
Okay.
Oh.
But I have
Your
to leave
front
in,
wall
like,
is taking
5 minutes.
damage.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so then I can give him like 5 minutes.
Okay.
I would also like to
What's
leave.
40 minus 27?
40 minus 27 is
13.
Cool. That front wall,
Not looking great.
not looking good. Anyway,
It's been through a lot. I'd say I've gotten my abusive use out of it.
Oh, the tower?
you
Yeah.
hold up your shield to block and you kind of get pushed back and kind of smack back and like, owie.
You have a bruise.
You'll have to do better than that.
Since
I'm
you're
still
currently
here.
tied to the rope, I'm gonna have you and Stefan both make strength saves to hold up the rope.
Ah, Stefan's good
I'm
at this.
proficient in that.
As is Stefan.
That is a 21.
That is a 14.
Two of you are hold on to the rope.
Wait, that's not right. Yeah. That's weird. There we are.
Wow. You take 6 more points of force damage or bludgeoning damage as you drop a bit further.
Ow!
But the rope holds, and you are supported. Some rocks fall, some bounce off your head. It's uncomfortable, but you have the treasure. Potion of fire breath and money.
You are
Potion of
significantly
money.
heavier.
Climbing back up the rope, you can pull back up and out.
Potion of fire breath and money. Money breath.
Money breath.
I'm a gold dragon. You all end up in the tower. You are the rest of the Blue Man group is in the third tower on your guys' side. We're gonna call it there for that episode.
Okay.
I'm Ben Anderson.
I'm Kelton De La Cruz.
Micah Morrow.
Sam Tyler.
Mikey Brodowski.
Bye bye.
Sayonara.
It's been surreal.
Frick. It's dark in here.
It
Dark in here.
is.